Alright. Everything should be good. Alright, hello everybody, hello, Zuko here. Azula will be joining us momentarily, so this will be my opportunity to tell you about how, Aang actually thought it would be a good idea to set up somewhat of a political debate between me and Azula over who the rightful Fire Lord should be. Sokka is my campaign manager, and Toph is Azula's. Katara chose to abstain from choosing a side. So, hopefully this should go over well. Once Azula's ready, I'll inform her of what's going on and everything. When I asked Azula why she had to be a couple minutes, she said that they got her drink order wrong, and by they, I know she means me, so I suppose that's on me. Hi, that one blind chick. Yes, I know. You already vote for Azula, which, considering Toph's our campaign manager, I guess that tracks. Sokka said he had a plan for my campaign, though he has not told me what it is yet, and I'm getting rather concerned. So, wow, there's so many votes for Azula already. That's crazy.
What's up, bitches? Are we having a debate or what?
Oh, you already know about that.
Of course I know. My campaign manager's been prepping me.
Yes, Toph has been prepping you. I'm curious.
Who told you Toph was my campaign manager? I wish Toph was my campaign manager.
Sokka told me Toph was your campaign manager.
Oh, he was trying to spare your feelings.
Wait, but who was your actual campaign manager?
May, of course.
Oh! What? Okay. I was afraid you were going to say Katara.
May might love you, but she knows a winner when she sees one, and it's me, let me say.
Alright.
Besides, the talking points she gave me were very simple. Do you want to see them? I'll tell them to you right now. I'm not embarrassed.
Tell me the talking points.
I'll tell you. I'll prepare you. I'll give you this easy win. I'll tell you the talking points she prepped for me.
Alright, what were the talking points
right
she prepped for you?
It says, be normal. Oh my god, for the love of the spirits, please just be normal. Can you just be normal for 5 goddamn seconds, Azula? Just be fucking normal. There you go. That's all she gave me.
At least she gave you notes.
Did Sokka not give you notes?
Sokka just said, whatever you do, buddy, just don't be yourself. I thought he meant to say don't beat myself up, but then he never corrected himself.
I'm sure that's what he meant. Anyway, let's take over New Vegas during this debate.
Yes, let's see where,
What is the chat saying?
Yeah, they are, a lot of them already voted for you. I got like 1 or 2 votes for me, I think.
Vote for hockey. Alright, let's do this.
Oh, that's right!
Oh, that's right, I wanted
You tried to kill this guy, and then we found out that there's no actual material in that box. It's probably just where weapons are kept when
that's
you're
where
inside.
he keeps his fire flakes. He doesn't want me taking them.
That's right, we really wanted the laser and plasma energy weapons. James A. Riley says I vote for, what's this? Iron with a steel chair! I don't think Uncle would use a steel chair. He would use iron chains because we don't have steel. I don't know what that is.
Alright, fine, stooge for the man. Let's go inside. So, Zuko.
Yes, Azula.
About this, debate.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to start, or should I?
Hold on, let me...
Oh, I already messed this up by walking a little too far.
Do we want to reload the save?
Yeah.
Hey, why don't we just start the debate from the beginning, I guess?
Alright, go ahead.
Okay. So, Azula, it has come to my attention that you you believe that you should be the rightful true Fire Lord and that you would be better for the Fire Nation as a whole. And we already have a fan of yours in the audience. What just happened?
I just ran past them again.
So I don't think this is gonna work out.
Alright, fine. Go, say what you want to say. What do you want to say to the people?
Give me 1 second, I haven't had lunch yet.
Yeah, me either. Okay.
This is very professional, eating during a debate.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Say what you want to say so I can say what I want to say.
Yes. So, it has come to my attention that you believe that you would be a better Fire Lord than me, and I believe your major talking point was in the mental health of the Fire Nation citizens.
Mm-hmm.
I think I understand what the issue here is.
So, anyway, what was I saying? Right. The mental health of Fire Nation citizens is what you said your main talking point, or my main shortcoming was. And I would like to say that I do hereby apologize for the asylum and all the stuff that I participated in by not getting rid of it sooner.
Alright, can I hide in here? Can you just hurry up? Your talking points are boring. I want to say my piece.
Alright, why don't you just start? And I'll just counter.
My fellow Fire Nation citizens, I know you've been through a lot. 100-year war, multiple Fire Lords. It's a difficult time. I do not blame you for being confused and wanting to see your options. But if there's one thing I can guarantee you, it's that unlike Zuko, I have always been loyal to the Fire Nation. For better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, for good or for evil. I have always put the needs and the wants of the Fire Nation and her people first, unlike Zuko, who betrayed it every 5 seconds depending on what side he was on. How do you respond?
So, clearly, when a bunch of power is put into the hands of 2 teenagers, volatile choices can be made, and the consequence is not very well understood. I believe that my opponents, Azula and I, have both made choices we're not the proudest of at times, but I believe that the both of us can move past it. Yes, I was a very volatile teenager whose allegiances tended to change with the wind, or I guess I should say with the flames. However, I stand before you today with nothing except the Fire Nation's greatest and most honest interests at heart, and for the betterment of my people, all of you as a whole, and to help rebuild a nation that has been torn apart by hundreds of years, by 100 years of war.
Is that it?
Well, I mean, I'm giving you a chance to respond.
To what?
What do you mean to all of that?
Should anyone be, convinced by that?
That I'm... What, just because I decided to speak from the heart and not write a script beforehand?
I didn't write a script. I was speaking from the heart.
There's no way you weren't speaking from a script.
I was absolutely speaking from the heart.
Then what is that in front of you right there on the podium?
A pizza. Oh.
Oh. Well, I guess I also have a pizza.
Yeah.
Oh. It's good pizza.
My fellow Fire Nation citizens, don't be deceived. Zuko, however well-intentioned he may be, has struggled with knowing the right thing to do. And whether one is right or wrong, conviction is very important in leadership. Do we really want a Fire Lord who runs back to the father he himself dethroned for advice? Zuko, what was your first act once you became Fire Lord, if I may ask?
Repealing all of Fire Lord Sozin's laws.
Your foreign policy.
Oh, the Harmony Restoration.
The Harmony Restoration movement. Zuko let the Earth King and the Avatar draft legislation that would hurt Fire Nation citizens, kick them out of homes that many of them had been living in for 100 years. blended families, communities, businesses, cultures. And Zuko agreed to let them be torn asunder. And why? Because he sold out our sovereignty to the Fire Lord, to the Earth King, and to the Avatar.
All right, let me be clear. Because
Who rules the throne in the capital city? Huh?
The
Who is
Fire
it?
Lord.
The Fire Lord? Or is it the Avatar behind the curtain? Or is it the Earth King? Or is it the Kyoshi Warriors? That's right. You do not trust our own soldiers to be your bodyguards. You have foreigners doing it. Can we trust this Fire Lord? I ask the people. Pull up the comments. I want to see what they thought.
I mean, I have more to say, but I will pull up the comments to see what they think. Oh, Angel donated 14 ZAR saying, "What's up, my favorite duo?"
What's up?
Oh, we have a lot of super chats, actually. Town is the Dragon, $5. You underestimated May, Azula. She loves Zuko more than she believes you'll win. I don't think that's... I think that comment's a little
I mean, that
outdated.
might be true, but it won't stop me.
That one
Spite
blind,
just makes me stronger.
That one blind chick donated $1.99 saying, "Now my vote is bigger with 2 R's, Azula."
Don't flatter me.
Nerdy Dragon fan says, "Zuko, back out now before it's too late." What are you eating, Zuko? I said it's a pizza. It's a delicious pizza made out of cauliflower. See, even the wolves agree that Azula should be the rightful Fire Lord. About what happened, I have felt like... shit, because of what I said. I hope I didn't offend you. Please forgive me, Princess Azula. I'm so sorry for everything I've done. I'm really, really just so sorry. Clearly they're apologizing in case you win and become Fire Lord. You will lose, Nerdy Dragon fan says. Chat loves their queen too much. Azula is the clear winner already. That compliment was so unnecessary and very well, you know. She has a point. What option could there be other than Azula? Oh, she's good. Damn, Azula, that was hot. You are a very honest and wise person, Zuko.
Well, honest sometimes, wise not so much, let me tell you.
God, you two are making me hungry for pizza. I'd rather hear about what's your favorite pizza and why. I'm going to predict this whole debate right now. Azula's going to bash Zuko.
We have a whole video on this channel about favorite pizza.
We are both in it.
Yeah, you could watch it. Where I made pizzas for everyone in the gang.
You can see my hair, like when I went to the beach in that one episode.
It was too long. It looked ridiculous.
You could see me batting it out of my face every 5 seconds.
You are ridiculous. Alright, we should save, because it's been a while.
It has.
I have a new quest now, look. I wasn't paying attention. I just agreed and said, sure, I'll work for you. Go outside and talk to Simon. Wow, easiest quest ever. Let's go.
Simon Belmont?
You wish it was Simon Belmont.
I do wish it was Simon Belmont.
You wish.
I love the Belmonts.
Alright, so...
Azula 3, Zuko 0. Zuko, you are so screwed. Azula, make sure you make them pay high taxes. I mean, Azula makes a good point. Zuko, why did you even take advice from Oza? I get that being a Fire Lord is not easy, especially with not having all the experience. Still, though, it's probably one of the worst decisions you could have made. It's bigger, not bigger. Make them pay higher tax. What the heck? I got here, and they are threatening Zuko. First question, what are your plans for the industrial sector now that the war is over? Listen. Y'all need to understand. My poor ass has a sticky...
Hold on, that's a good question about the industrial sector. Answer the question.
Okay, I'm trying to get through all the comments.
Well, answer the question!
Okay, you don't control the flow of this debate! Hi, wolves. I'm not upset. I promise. Anyway, my plans for the industrial sector. Now that we won't be focusing on making weapons anymore, I still intend to make full use of the airship designs because those can be incredibly good for transportation, as well as tourism, as well as construction and reconstruction. And I believe that recently I have been made aware of a new Fire Nation-owned business with some ties to the Earth Kingdom. I think it's called the Earthen Refinery that is making a lot of progress in new types of machinery capable down to the new mixture of benders. So that is my plan of the industrial complex, to take the parts of it that were used for war and push them into, what do you call it? Recreational efforts. There we go. Alright, Azula, the floor is yours.
My fellow Fire Nation citizens, do not be fooled. What Zuko plans to do with the industrialization of the Fire Nation is take it apart. I'm serious. He is so afraid of the war machine that to make concessions to the Earth Kingdom, he's agreed to complete disarmament, which I think is foolish. Yes, We should strive to make amends with our foreign enemies. However, to completely disarm ourselves is to leave us open to retribution, which the Earth King is desperate for. The Harmony Restoration Movement has shown that, hasn't it? He brought armies to Udao.
Yes, he did, and I brought my army in response.
And you disarmed all of our tanks.
Are you talking about when all the tanks fell apart in the
Yes!
That was not me! No!
Is what I am talking about.
That was Top Bay Farm!
Who works for the Avatar? Your friend. I rest my case. I, on the other hand, would retool our industrialized country. I would have us build a brand new city. Forget Caldera City. We will have the grandest city. We will have the tallest buildings. We will have the cleanest water. All our citizens that have suffered for the war efforts, we will go and we will gentrify their neighborhoods. We will clean them up, fix them, give everyone a better, higher quality of life. Factory jobs for those that don't have skills. And for those that do have skills, management jobs, inventor jobs, education made available to the people who have not had it. And I don't mean the propaganda of Sozin, but neither do I mean the propaganda of Zuko. We will tell the people the truth, the good and the bad, the yin and the yang, both Ozai and the Iroh. The people will decide what is right and wrong. They will not have you, Zuko, deciding for them. Also, I believe women should be allowed to hold rank in the military. Thank you.
I already did that.
I think you should have done it faster. Thank you.
How much faster could I have done it? That was part of the Sozin repeals.
Anyway. How can he see me? I'm trying to pickpocket him. That's what I really want.
Alright, let's see what the voters have to say. Sure, there can be only one, but the Fire Nation needs you both to work together to restore the Fire Nation. Obviously, Zuko will win. It's written that way in the show. Azula, if you become Fire Lord, I think you should defo buy me a flamingo.
Let me see. Taste can change. Even Zuko's premise, the desire to seek balance, is in Azula's favor. Zuko's too elementally unbalanced, whereas Azula's fiery nature is the perfect element to balance out the other nations. It's true. Azula, what do you have in plan for bossing Vegas? Well, I don't know. I haven't been there yet, but I promise you, when I get there, it'll be glorious. Question, does the Fire Nation plan to make reparations for the war? If so, what kind and to what degree? Well, Zuko, do you want to take that question, Mr. Reparations?
Yes, and speaking of questions, I think you should ask him what's the difference. Who are your running mates, and what can we expect from them as Vice Fire Lord? So, my running mate is a very accomplished and revered young Fire Nation soldier who has been quickly rising up through the ranks. You may know him as General Logan.
Oh, please.
What? You have something bad to say about General Logan?
Go ahead, say what you want to say.
He is a brilliant up-and-comer. He is level-headed. He handles stress well on levels that I struggle with, which is why I chose him as a very decent running mate, because I believe every Fire Lord needs someone who thinks a little bit unlike them to help balance out their qualities. And I will be the first to admit that I am not the most level-headed at times, so having a cool head like Logan helps immensely. That is my running mate. I think he is very well accomplished. Simon is very trigger happy.
Relax. I know what I'm doing.
Right. Sun, moon. We're having a debate, please. Anyway, Logan is an excellent running mate, and together we will ensure that the soldiers of the Fire Nation, while not being completely de-armed, are perfectly capable to maintain the peace in our own nations, and as well as forging a peace with our former enemy nations. And together, we shall see the newfound independence of the colony of Yudao proceed smoothly through a transition of powers and ownership.
Sorry, I wasn't listening to any of that because it was boring. Are you done?
You know, if I said the shit that you say to me, you would say that I was sexist.
Well, you are.
My case in point. Do you really want a Fire Lord who can just counter everything with saying, well, you're sexist, plus I'm better? Like, I don't know what kind of policies you're hoping to achieve with my sister as your leader.
I'm stuck. I can't move.
Did you, like...
I'm trying to glitch it. Okay, you can get away with stealing the key even though you're detected, because you basically use this cutscene to interrupt it.
That's...
I figured that out already, so I'm trying to do it again.
Oh.
There we go. Okay.
Do you want to save now?
Well, hold on. I did it. Did you see that? I stole a key from him. So it should be here somewhere in these items. I have to find it. Probably miscellaneous, I suppose. Anyway, are you done talking about Logan or whatever? It was very boring, so I'm going to be honest, I didn't listen after a while.
If I had said that I didn't listen to you, it would just call me sexist.
Well, it would be sexist if you didn't listen to me.
But it's not sexist for you to not listen to me.
No.
Let me guess, it's sticking it to the man?
No, it's not that either.
Then what is it?
Why are you being weird? It's just because you're boring, not because you're a man.
Maybe you're boring.
That's sexism, because I'm objectively not boring.
I mean, at a glance, yes, but after living with you for a while, I just kind of know all of your tricks, and it's just kind of predictable after a while.
You think I'm predictable? You know all my tricks, so I'm just what? Just predictable then, just like that.
You are not actually insulted about that, Azula.
No, of course not. You have friends and a mother who loves you, and all I have is my tricks and my strategy in my mind. But of course... Shoot, it didn't work. But that's fine. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. That's fine. I don't care, Zuko.
Alright, hold on. Alright, Azula, let me retract my previous statement. You are not boring.
So you're a flip-flopper! You see? You can't trust him! He has no conviction! If he falls for something as simple as that from a mental patient, what do you think he would do? He would crumble under political pressure! You can't trust him.
Yes. Blatant emotional manipulation from a close family member, if not probably my closest.
Is that not what you want in a leader? For me to be on your side, Fire Nation, to manipulate our enemies into the best possible deals and avoid war?
So I am the Fire Nation's enemy?
No, you fool. I'm saying when you have to talk to our enemies. Okay, what's the next question? Oh wait, I didn't talk about my running mate.
No, you didn't. People have just assumed you're too good for one.
So I just want to point out something about Zuko's running mate, Logan. And this is a spoiler, so I know that the writing team isn't going to like this.
Do not...
That's nepotism because Logan is technically family, isn't he, Zuko?
Why would you say
That's
that?
a reveal from a later episode.
I'm not even supposed to know that!
Because it's a reveal from a later episode.
I know! We are both on writing team!
Nepotism, Zuko!
Anyway, we're not supposed to break character. It's a debate.
I didn't break character. I'm perfectly in character. I'm being me.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Writing team is just another mirror hallucination.
Of course. They're not real. Oh, what did I do to make him mad?
Do you still have the key?
No, I don't. Hold on.
Maybe you can go back inside the house?
I'm doing something to piss him off, and I'm not sure what it is.
Oh, wait. Doesn't he say you have to, like, stand by?
Yeah, I think that's it.
And he's just like, hey, don't ditch your post. Deserter.
Anyway, my running mate, if I were Fire Lord, I would want someone tactical, strategic, someone who would fill in all the parts that I struggle with. In fact, you know who I think I would choose.
Who would you choose?
Why, Fire Lord Zuko.
What?
You would be the perfect balance. Do you disagree?
I
tried to glitch it too many times, now it's glitching. He won't load the stuff now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Maybe we just gotta stand still for a minute and debate.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, you were saying I would be your running mate.
Yeah. To show I have no ill will, and that the royal family is no longer the mess that it was. That I am not here to dethrone you or your supporters, but instead to have you as a helpful check and balance, as a friend of the foreign powers and the Avatar. But that I represent the Fire Nation, first and foremost. And you are mere advisor.
So you would plan to have me step down from my throne just to have me in a number 2 position?
I think you were better suited for a number 2 position. After all, you grew up number 2 your whole life, right?
Okay, it took some prodding, but he's finally...
Okay, now listen. Stick. Don't act other than that.
Alright, let me get the rules real quick.
I think that was a good answer. I think I'm winning this debate. What do you all think? Come on. How can you still see me? I'm like behind you.
Oh,
There's nobody. You're delusional. Oh, I guess there's that guy. But if I just shot him, like right now...
yeah, I'm gonna put this debate on pause, 'cause I want to see
What
what
if I
happens
just
if you
shot
just
this
shoot
guy?
him.
I gotta find out. I'm like, there, I took care of him. What?
What?
Alright, look, I know I've said some curious things about women before, but that's definitely not who I was aiming at. I think...
I didn't even know she was there!
I know!
Alright, I chat, someone should clip that. Can we clip that? I don't know if you can clip that on YouTube.
Oh, he didn't like
What?
that.
What?
Okay.
Alright.
I messed up. Alright, let's reload that.
Damn, Simon's much easier to kill when he's on your side.
Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see.
I guess just
that
talk
was,
to
That
him.
was too funny. Anyway, what does chat say? I was saying
that
I would...
one blind chick donated $4.99. Y'all are haters in the chat. Azula will bring us to new heights. Also making Zuko running mate is genius.
You see? I'm just better at this than you.
Prime Minister Lee asks, would I still be employed under your administration, Azula?
You know, I think he could have been nicer to me. Yes, you'll still be employed. However, you're not going to be Prime Minister, because my first Prime Minister will be a woman. The future's female, Zuko. Get
Who
used
would
to
your
it.
Prime Minister be?
Oh, I don't know. Not Katara, because she doesn't want to rule the Fire Nation. She's kind of mad at us for killing her family or whatever. I would say May's suited for it, but she hates that kind of thing. It's so stifling. And Ty Lee doesn't have the head for it, obviously. She's bubbly and a free spirit. You know what? Toph. Toph would be my Prime Minister.
Alright.
I think she would rule over the problems in the Fire Nation with a literal iron fist, and I respect that.
Angel donates 14 Zar saying, my vote is for Uncle Iroh as Fire Lord and his tea.
So, what do they think?
When you think about it, Long Fang was officially second in position and still had upper control over the Earth Kingdom. Azula wins by default. Definitely agree you're winning, Azula. Mm-hmm. Best stream ever. Caught in 4K. Wani Long Fang is either dead or still in prison. Azula, if you need any assistance with your campaign, let me know your flaminess. Prime Minister Lee said, gotcha, clipped. Angel, Iroh will not take the throne. Angel is a good idea. Felix says, I'm a woman, hire me.
You know, you can turn in an application. I'd be happy to check it. I think that women have been left out of positions of power for too long. My friend May, for example, her father is an important governor. Her uncle an important warden of a prison. What do her mother and aunt do? A homemaker and a flower shop owner. I say that isn't right. Women deserve equal power, equal say. Why are there no women in your council, Zuko?
Because I unfortunately inherited my father's council.
Oh, so it's not a priority to listen to women's voices in your administrations, I see.
Azula, my bodyguards are women.
So?
Because all of the male bodyguards were incompetent. Because I had
My
six
speech was too low for... Hold on. My speech was too low for something.
Wait, what?
That isn't right. How can my speech be too low for something? That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe that's just how drunk he was.
No. No. My speech can't be too low for something. I'm Azula. I'm winning this debate. I can't...
Do you want me to get your hot drink?
Shut up. Do I have something to help me? Bring me more pizza. I need food.
Alright.
This isn't right.
I'm the Fire Lord and I'm the one cutting pizza.
Okay, this will boost my charisma. That should do it, right?
Save that for right before he shows up.
I know, I'm not an idiot. Just go get food.
Okay, I'm going. It's
fine.
alright, Azula.
It's fine. That's not right. That doesn't make any sense. My speech can't be 1 point too low. Almost isn't good enough. A single hair out of place. I'll show him. Show all of them. Oh, shut up, Simon. It's so easy for you, isn't it? All right. I just have to not let it get to me, that's all.
Hi.
Alright, so in the third one. Alright, so now I have to take the... Where's the customer? There he is. So... Hopefully it should give me the speech level I need. Come on, please.
Howdy.
I did it. Alright, that worked. Okay. I was almost going to have a crisis there. I might have lost this debate. That would have been embarrassing. I'm fine. I'm fine. My bangs are fine. I'm fine.
Do you want your coffee, Azula?
My bangs are fine!
I thought... I'm asking if you want your drink.
Why? Are you saying I need water? Like I'm pro-water tribe or something?
No, Azula, I'm asking if I can help by getting you your drink.
Help? Are you saying I'm weak? I'm not weak.
You see, audience, this is what I like to call reaching out an arm for my opponent, not because that I simply need to take every advantage in order to belittle them, but because I believe that even my enemies are of incredible value to me.
Really? Is that why you put me in an abusive mental asylum? Is that why you let plenty of prisoners be pardoned, but did nothing for the girls in Akuma Asylum? Many of whom were there simply for the horrible crime of not fitting into stifling Fire Nation society.
Yes, I agree that them being left in Akuma Asylum was unfortunate, especially due to the fact that due to the nature of all of their stays there, none of them had any official records, and therefore legally I did not know they even existed.
Seems like an oversight on your part. Why would you send your sister, your own sister, Fire Nation? How can we trust Zuko's reconstruction is for the people when we cannot even trust him to redeem his own little baby sister?
Akuma Asylum has been decommissioned and is currently being turned into a charity hospital as we speak. Anyway, I'm gonna get you your coffee now.
Did you see that?
I saw that. He tried to pick a fight and you shot his face clean off. That was pretty hilarious.
Can I fuse any of my weapons? I'm going to win this debate. Aren't these the same thing? Why can't I patch them together?
Wolves. Anyway,
I'm winning this debate.
here's your drink, Azula.
Are you proud of me? And how much better at debating I am than you?
Am I proud of the fact that I am losing?
Yeah,
Why would I be proud of losing?
because you're losing to me.
I mean, I guess there are many, many worse people to lose to.
Yeah, exactly. What, do you not agree?
Anyway, the thing you've definitely won in is your choice in drink. Your drink's way better than mine.
What can I say? I have taste. Here's Eddie. Eddie, come here. Eddie, my darling. I have to put some stuff in your inventory. This one.
I just had a funny thought with Eddie. What if you put all of your bobby pins in them and he started looking like he had a bunch of little spines, like a hedgehog or something?
Wait, am I still unencumbered? I am somehow. Hold on.
Oh, you're 1 pound.
Alright, so I just have to drink one drink or something. Let's see. Do you have any Sunset Sarsaparilla or something? I don't. No Nuka-Cola either. Well, that's frustrating. I don't have anything easy to just get rid of, I suppose.
Maybe you could use a weapon repair kit?
I'll just take that. There. So, what do you think, Zuko?
Well, I think you're doing incredibly well, Azula. Our music guy, James Riley, says going to tune out for a bit while I eat dinner. My phone is at low battery as well. I'll be back once I'm done. Also, haha, I get it. Tuning out, says the music man.
I don't think he meant it as a joke.
James makes those kinds of jokes all the time. He definitely meant it. Anyway, let's see what the audience has been saying. Azula is the best princess of all time. Azula could do no wrong. If I was your prime minister, I'd make sure all your cherries were safe for your consumption, says the blind chick.
I like that. Maybe she should be prime minister instead of Prime Minister Lee.
I like the irony of a blind person making sure your cherries are de-pitted.
That's not ironic unless you're ableist. You think blind people can remove pits?
I was saying how she would be doing a better job than the woman who could see them.
Why is that ironic? Do you think sight somehow makes someone better at de-pitting cherries?
I'm not saying it
Do you have
makes
like
them
x-ray vision you can see inside the cherries to see if there's pits? Or do you do it by feel?
I mean, if I'm de-pitting a cherry, I would use my eye.
Not me, because you know, I'm not weak, so.
There's a lot to unpack there, and I'm just going to ignore it. If we're just going to break canon, why don't you two both be Fire Lord? Azula can be the head with strategy and iron fist. Zuko can be the heart with compassion and understanding. Hashtag no pits for the princess. It's not an insult, that is just a fact of life. Azula, please relax. What's wrong?
He stripped me!
What the?
He stripped me naked!
Why? I wasn't paying attention.
The bastard! Hold on, I gotta get dressed again. There we go. What weapon do I have now?
I don't think you have any weapon.
I know, fool. That's why I'm... Why are you such a fool, Zuko?
Anyway, Prime Minister Lee says Fire Lord, your clip has been shared. That one blind chick says your loving fans are here for you. Though, one OMG, the one speech point too low is my one word out of place meme. You're the most beautiful and smartest and most brilliant woman in the world. Second to the above comment. Hey Azula, it's okay. Not everyone can see the greatness in your speeches. Your bangs are impeccable, Fire Lady Azula. Azula is showing true passion for the nation. Azula, Zuko is giving you a goddamn drink. Please calm down. Zuko here calling us audience and not chat. Oh, our producer said that one. Azula, thank you for keeping me employed. So that's the asylum is called. I just find it weird that Zuko didn't find out sooner the asylum was abusive. Wouldn't he have tried to keep a close eye on Azula considering how dangerous she was? Well, yes! And then I got 5 assassination attempts and stopped sleeping and eating, so my ability to keep a close eye on things dwindled. All within my first year of being Fire Lord. Anyway, moving on. You're going to win at Azula, so my dear princess, please relax. If you don't, then I'm going to do something that I'll regret for the rest of my life. I don't like the implication of that. Night and starlight, I'm late again, R.I.P. The heat keeps making me sleep. They can feel the pits. They don't have to see them. Yo, Zuko, if Azula could dance to any song available, what would it be and why? Probably that one that talks about going down yelling timber or something. She's sung that one a couple times.
Oh, it's that song they made up about my conquest of Boston Say. I can tell you how it goes.
They
it
will
goes,
love that.
It's going down. I'm yelling timber. And then it says, you better move. I'm talking about Long Fang. He has to move out of the way. You better move. And then you better dance. That's to you. Like you better dragon dance and help me.
Oh, that's right.
Let's make a night. They won't remember because the Dai Li's going to erase all their memories through brainwashing.
Right.
I'll be the one. They won't forget. Get it? Because I'm conquering Boston Say, obviously.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh, oh. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move. You better dance. Let's make a night. They won't remember. I'll be the one. They won't forget.
You see, the people want Zuko gone. That's why they try to assassinate him. Yes, the people who are loyal to my father.
No, that's not true. The colonists weren't loyal to Ozai necessarily. They just wanted you gone because you were terrible.
Okay, the one assassin that was a colonist.
There are
wasn't.
plenty of assassins that want to kill you for other reasons.
Okay, well, the 5 before... What was her name?
I'm just saying, not all the assassins want to kill you for the same reason, and it's really foolish for you to treat them all as the same cohort when they're not.
Alright, point taken. I just know that the 5 who I at least saw in person were loyalists to Dad.
Okay.
The Yudao girl, her name escapes me at this time. But she, yes. Thanks to her, I found out that the colonies were not what they seemed to be.
Uh-huh.
And so I had to back down on some of my promises to the Earth King. Anyway, that one blind chick donated $4.99. This is their 10th super on a live stream. Say woohoo. I would check them all by feel and feed them to you personally. That one blind chick versus Minister Lee. Chat, let's vote.
What does this do? Increases damage plus 7. It's very expensive. Replenishes ammunition. That's useful.
I think that's something if you find a desk and you can attach that to a gun.
Yeah, she has some really nice things. I wish I could steal everything she has.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it would. Ooh, I want that one. I want that one, Zuko.
That is a big, expensive one.
Very expensive. Alright, I'll take a plasma gun. That's all I can really afford. So, are you done? Is there anything else you want to debate?
Imagine trying to assassinate a teenager. Couldn't be me. Remember who's to blame for the terrible condition Zuko was for his first year as Fire Lord. If you don't know, ask Azula. She will.
Which are the ones I need again for my plasma gun?
For crafting?
No, as ammunition.
I believe it's energy cells.
Is it the energy cell or the microfusion cell?
I want to say energy. I'll look it up. For plasma pistol...
Because so far what's bothering me is how hard it is to get ammunition for these.
Weapon... Just tell me the ammo.
After this, we should put up, what do you call it, a pole?
Energy cells.
An exit pole. We should put up an exit pole.
Exit pole, yeah. Energy cells, yep, that's the ammo for plasma pistol.
Alright, then I have what I need.
You want to save?
Yeah, sure. Silver Rush! Silver Rush! What am I
Speaking of
loving
that,
following?
how is the United Republic doing? There is no such thing as the United Republic.
Yeah, what are they talking about? What's
I don't
up?
know. I mean, Yudao's an independent nation, but it's currently in a power transition, so, like...
It's not quite independent yet. We're working on it.
We're working on it. Both the Earth Kingdom and the Fire Nation
More like you're working on it. What I'm doing is very different.
Well, point is, right now Yudao is in a transition period where both the Fire Nation and the Earth Kingdom have limited power over it, but they have some independent governing of their own people. It's very tenuous.
Since you're new, I'll lay up. You best make a good first impression. Rooms are just a few caps a night. I have some work I need handled. Back before we instituted the caps up front rule, we used to allow customers.
Caddy Primps asks, Azula, how did you manage to get food after leaving the palace? Did you steal or hunt/gather?
If you bring all the duds back, we'll get... Alright, 50-50.
Talked her into it.
Great. There's... Rex is a bit cracked, but mostly fine. You... Lady Jane fancies herself a high roll. I hear she's run goods for the followers of the apocalypse in the past.
250.
Santiago is a suave son of a bitch, but a total pansy when it comes to fitting. And it...
Alright, got her. What about him?
Welcome to the atomic rank. The right caps,
I want people to like me.
chat you up. Great. I'll let the townsfolk. We got the basics covered. Recruit estimates from that. Our wealthiest client is Clinkford Boots. Clinkford Calvin. Plenty of customers have said they'd be willing to pay extra for suave talkers. Nothing fake good, boy. And then there's this disgusting robot. You ever run across a sex? Just don't rough up. Okay, you got yourself a deal. Let's direct them. The best place to start would be
Wang dang atomic tango.
That...
They like me. I had to pay him a bunch of money to make people like me. How upsetting.
That is unfortunately how a lot of things work.
welcome to the atomic wrangler.
Have you tried paying people to get you to like
Wait,
them?
doesn't that guy just have the same voice as the guy you just talked to?
Yeah, a lot of them have that voice.
That one blind chick just donated $9.99. Sadly, I must go. You two are my weekly therapy. Seriously, thank you both for what you do. It is a nice escape
Thank
and
you
always
for
the best
coming.
time.
I'm honestly
Thank
always
you.
happy. I'm gonna make her my prime minister. No one can stop me.
What about our current Prime Minister?
Who?
Prime Minister Lee?
That's your prime minister, not my prime minister.
What do you need?
Ugh,
Bless you.
thank you. Sorry.
Bye. What do you need?
It's always the one guy it lets me talk to.
Bye.
Ugh.
Can they see me? They can all see me. Why can't I be more stealthy?
Well, you do have an invisibility potion.
I don't want to waste it. I might need it for more important things. Well, do you surrender? I think I win the debate. I mean, we can keep going, but I don't think it's going to go so well. We haven't even talked about, like, women's reproductive freedom or anything.
What? Why? When has that been an issue?
We haven't even talked about, you know, the 6th of whatever month.
Look, we don't need to talk about the coronation
There
raid.
it is. Fire Lord Zuko says we don't need to talk. Put that in front of every newspaper.
The coronation, if we want to talk about it, the coronation raid is what I would like to call the new darkest day in Fire Nation history.
Really? That's the new darkest day in Fire Nation history. That, of all things.
Well,
Not the day Daddy tried to burn down the whole world. No, it was a bunch of losers storming your coronation. I'm so sure.
Well, a bad leader successfully brainwashing a lot of loyal soldiers into into thinking that burning down an entire enemy nation is just and right, I think, is one thing. I think those people, having been freed from his tyranny and then deciding, actually, no, we want that more, and staging a mass raid against the government that they claimed to be loyal to, and then proceeding to...
You heard it here, folks. Fire Lord Zuko says genocide is not as bad as his coronation being raided.
That is
You
not
heard it here.
what I said.
You all heard him say it.
Genocide is terrible, but I think people being freed from genocide and then saying, actually, we kind of miss the genocide is, in a way, worse in its own way.
You heard it here, folks. Fire Lord Zuko says disagreeing with me is worse than genocide.
That is not what I said! How could you say that?
You're the one that said it. You're not cut out for politics, Zuko. You're really not.
I would be if politics weren't about how good you can lie.
That's literally all politics is, Zuko. What are you talking about?
Well,
That's like the main thing.
As Fire Lord, I decree that we should change how politics work.
You can't change how politics works, Zuko. It's bigger than you and me. I'm not saying it's a good business. I'm saying you're bad at it. Yep.
FG2187 asks, if Aang made a bet with you guys where you only had to eat air nomad cuisine for a month, meaning no meat, how long would you endure? Who gives up first?
I would give up immediately. I refuse.
I was about to say, like,
not eating meat? Absolutely not.
It's not even a competition.
No,
Azula would just
absolutely
back
not.
out.
I would just back out immediately. I would just say, why? You couldn't pay me enough. I mean, what is he even offering for this bet? The satisfaction of pride? I'll just challenge him to an Agni Kai.
Brewmaster said, okay, about these debates, let's rack up all the bad things both of you did. Zuko starting off as an overall jerk, trying to capture the Avatar, a 12-year-old boy, and then they just end their comment there. Like, they just end it there. Are you implying Azula's never done anything wrong?
I want to place this out here. There's not a single thing I did during the war that Zuko didn't do worse.
Excuse me?
I can prove it.
There
is not a single thing I did during the war that you didn't do worse.
Alright, I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
Go ahead. Accuse me of anything. And I will prove you've done it worse than me.
Alright. Capturing and imprisoning the entirety of the Kyoshi warriors and then impersonating them in order to enter Ba Sing Se?
Yeah, so I legally kidnapped our prisoners and I sent them immediately to a prison as is formal. I didn't tie them to a tree and threaten to burn their mother's necklace and have pirates torture and torment them. Psychologically. You know I'm right. You know that I am. Alright, try again. What else? What else you got?
Murder the Avatar?
We were both enemy combatants locked in battle, and at the time, the Avatar was preparing a super move, the likes of which I knew nothing about, except that it had wiped out our entire fleet at the North Pole. From my perspective, I was preemptively striking to prevent the deaths of myself and everyone on my side, including you, which is not murder. But you know what is murder? Hiring an assassin to kill him behind the state's back, by the way, to preserve your own status. That is not only murder, it's also treason. Anything else? Anything else, Zuko? Anything you say I did during the war, you did worse. I just want to point out...
Okay, alright.
What?
Almost killing Uncle.
What about it?
What did I do worse than almost killing Uncle? Like, what's my I did something worse than that there?
Betraying him after everything he did to you? Surrendering him to the Fire Nation for your own benefit, knowing full well that he would either be executed or imprisoned horribly for life. I shot at a fugitive I was sent to capture to escape my own capture. You betrayed him for personal benefit. I was serving my country.
coerced Tylee into joining you by setting her net on fire when she didn't originally want to go with you.
So I recruited a Fire Nation citizen to do her duty to the army, which is a legal thing to do. I did it in a mean way, but it is a legal thing to do. But you know what isn't? Threatening your own uncle because he didn't want to teach you the advanced set before you did your basics? Or how about recklessly telling your crew their lives do not matter and forcing them against their will and protest into a storm?
Okay. You want to talk about lives not mattering? How about when you advised May to let her baby brothers stay captured because you didn't want to give away a captured Earth King of Omashu? And decided that it was more worth it to have the baby stay captured.
That's called a bluff. Oops.
I don't know what...
I didn't know he was there.
Oh. Anyway, a bluff. That was just a bluff.
That was a bluff. What, I didn't think you were actually going to kill a baby. Are you telling me they were actually going to kill the baby? Because I didn't think that.
Well, I mean, if Aang was there, probably definitely not.
So, then...
But...
I pulled a bluff to capture... To keep the leverage of a dangerous criminal, yes. Think of how many more people on our side would have died if I had let Boomy free.
I mean, I guess Boomy did break free anyway.
Yeah, don't you think about that for even a moment? Of course you don't. You don't actually care about our citizens.
Why would you just jump to, I don't care about our citizens?
Well, it sure sounds like it.
If I didn't care about our citizens, the Harmony Restoration movement would have gone through without a cinch.
I mean, it almost did.
Except I stopped it.
After an assassination attempt convinced you.
Well, after the sixth one, yeah.
Yeah, you see? This is what I'm talking about. There's not a single thing I did during the war you didn't do worse. I'm not saying I didn't do bad things. I'm just saying you're throwing stones from a glass house. Am I wrong?
Are there such a thing as glass houses? That sounds incredibly fragile.
Zuko, focus! You've yet to name a single thing I did during the war that you didn't do worse. So, do you give up yet?
Hold on.
What does Chad have to say about all this? You haven't told me anything.
Because I haven't looked at them in a second.
Poor Zuzu. You bit off more than you can chew, didn't you?
Alright, well, they've said a lot. It's going to take me a while to catch up to this.
Well, read it to me. I want to know what they said.
I'm working on it. I got to get to the start. Well, then, that makes my vote easier to decide. Prime Minister, bless you, Zuko. Wow, Zuko, you don't want to talk about woman stuff? Very sexist of you. Raid, Zuko, what are you planning? In my opinion, Azula, you're most important person I have ever seen. Mean no disrespect to you, it's just a compliment. If Aang... Okay. Wow, Zuko, wow. Okay, about these debates. Yeah. Zuko, my cabbage cart was destroyed in the war. Show some sympathy.
Yeah, Zuko.
Zuko L, you really aren't Zuko. Seriously, I mean, I meant you're not good at politics. So Azula just admitted that she always lies. Here we go again, Zuko. Azula, please knock it off. What a surprise. Zuko loves genocide more than his dumb dead mom. I kind of want to banish you just for saying such a thing.
You're going to banish someone from chat, Zuko?
Can I banish someone from chat?
I mean, you could, but it won't help your approval rating.
I mean, I could block them, but that's
It won't help your approval rating.
It also won't help the stream.
No, it won't. You fool. You absolute fool.
Also, Zuko participated in the conquering of Ba Sing Se, unknowingly sending his sister to an abusive asylum.
Yep.
Trying to remove citizens from their homes in true harmony restoration.
Absolutely.
Damn, ouch. Are Agni Kai still legal? Yes, they are. That just makes me agree with Azula more as a lover of eating meat. His mom is still alive, though. Oh boy, I think Azula has a point. You did that to the Avatar and his friends. Now for Azula, or should the conqueror of Ba Sing Se, almost killing the Avatar, being a dick to their closest friends, sending him to prison. Legally kidnapped. You're not innocent, Zuko. Didn't Zuko try to burn down the Kyoshi Island too?
Yep.
Do what you want, because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Azula was just being a good soldier and doing her directives as she should have been doing. You also murdered the Avatar, Zuko. At least Azula didn't break out the #1 most wanted in a dumb Halloween mask. Also, Azula tried to kill her brother countless times, kidnap her sister, banished everyone, tried to kill their mother. Granted, she was insane. Meanwhile, Zuko failed to do what he should have done, join the enemy side, and the list goes on. Azula lied to her dad. Why didn't you guys wait until I finished? Did Zuko do that? You left Uncle to rot in prison. How could you, Zuko? Sad face. You literally broke his heart. You convinced him to do that, Azula. Haha, I agree with Azula. How could you, Iroh, completely abandon him after the war and treat him as an idiot? Let's once again bring up kidnapping your sister, Azula, along with kidnapping Celestial. I don't know what this...
What are they saying?
I'm going to do a bunch of things. Something about you kidnapping your sister. Along with kidnapping several other children. I don't know what this several other children thing is about. It's almost like we haven't gotten to that point in the plot yet or something. I don't know, Zuko. You decided it was more worth it to leave your mentally ill sister in an abusive asylum. I didn't know it was abusive at the time, Spinosaurus 15. I fear Azula would assume the worst in me. Zuko, please understand I meant no harm to anyone, including your sister. I don't think you sounded like you were bluffing. I can confirm as Azula's secretary that all her crimes are in fact justified by her duty to the Fire Nation and all are fine under Fire Nation law. Wow, Zuko is defending the people who kidnapped a baby and didn't feed it? You think Aang wouldn't feed a baby? Alright, I'm back. What'd I miss? You missed quite a bit, James, actually. Don't forget when Zuko took a criminal to murder a Fire Nation Navy veteran. Are you talking about the Southern Raiders? I think you're talking about the Southern Raiders. You didn't really care about civilians either, Azula, and you were certainly worse. Read my list again. Zuko should have done more research into the asylum instead of worrying about him turning to be like his dad. For the last time, he had no time to do everything. Well...
I just want to point one thing out. I never attacked a single civilian the entire war. Only enemy combatants. That, Zuko, you can't say the same. You attacked many civilians. You stole from them, wrongfully. You burned down villages and homes with people inside of them. You threatened the elderly and children.
Alright, okay. I see where you're going. But if we're going to go off the legality of it, if you're talking about when I was stealing from the Earth Kingdom, that was when I was a wanted fugitive and no longer an active participant in the military or Fire Nation
Does that
Navy.
change anything? You still did it.
At that point, I'm just another civilian.
That doesn't... We're talking about what we did during the war. You still attacked civilians. Zuko. I'm just saying. I actually didn't commit any crimes during the war. You did. What I did may have been unethical, but it wasn't illegal. Yours were both.
That one blind chick changed her name to Prime Minister Retsuko, saying donated $4.99 to say stay just to change my handle. Suck it, Lee. Praise Azula.
Oh, she just has this edge to her that's so firebender. I love it.
Azula, I love you and all, but I'm pretty sure you committed war crimes alongside your father. Okay,
I didn't
no,
actually.
She didn't. She didn't actually commit
I
war
didn't.
crimes.
I didn't commit a single... If anyone can actually name a war crime I committed, a lot of people say I did. But funny enough, Sokka committed war crimes during the show.
Sokka has committed...
As did Iroh, but I did not.
Sokka has committed more war crimes than Azula.
I haven't committed a single one. Everything I did was legal. People don't believe it because people don't know what war crimes are, but I actually never did.
I arguably committed one.
Yeah, I didn't commit any. Everything I did was legal.
And that's arguably depending on...
Some people think the me wearing the Kyoshi warrior uniform counts. But no, that falls under illegal ruse of war, because that war crime only applies to official military. The Kyoshi warriors are not official military recognized by the crown. They are a paramilitary group, independent, a local security force to Kyoshi Island. The Earth Kingdom does not allow females to join the military, and in fact, the Earth King had no idea who they were. That actually counts as a legal ruse of war. Further, by the time I actually attacked, there was no legal government to attack. Long Feng committed a coup. I attacked an illegal government that had no rightful power in the Earth Kingdom. So, everything I did was legal. Horrible, but legal.
And as for mine, some argue that my burning down of Kyoshi Island is a war crime, considering in a lot of law, flame-based weaponry is considered a war crime. However, those laws were drafted in a time when firebending was not considered a tool of war and was instead considered more of a ceremonial thing, and most people still fought with swords and bows and arrows. So that law is up to interpretation based on modern day, when firebending is now just seen as a military weapon because everybody has it, so that one's up for debate. And then the other one is actually tied into the war crime that Sokka committed, which is when we knowingly impersonated Fire Nation military personnel in order to break into a Fire Nation military prison.
You do me a favor? I'll start you off.
However, that one, you can argue that since the war had technically been over because Ba Sing Se had been conquered, that's up for debate if it counts as a war crime since no actual war was going on at the time. But I will concede that Sokka and I have committed more possible war crimes than Azula has, because nothing Azula did is actually even up for debate. It's just flat out not a war crime.
What's not a war crime?
Well, I said nothing you did is flat out not a war crime.
It's just funny. I think people don't know what a war crime is because they.
I also don't think they do, and I think the ones that do know what it means are failing to apply the correct historical context, because laws can change based on
literally nothing I did was a war crime.
No. Nothing you did is a war crime.
It's like I said, I did horrible things, but none of them were criminal. I was very cautious. That's kind of my thing. Perfection, right?
Uncle committed a big war crime.
He's committed multiple, actually.
Yes, he has.
In fact, him pretending to pass out when the Earth Kingdom soldiers had him arrested, only so that he burned one of their hands when they went to check on him, is a war crime.
And I think we can all agree that a massive siege of a civilian town...
Oh, a siege of a civilian target is a war crime. Yes. There's actually an actual statute for it. I could quote it if I had a moment to pull it up, but... Because,
sieging a military stronghold with no civilian personnel is one thing,
but an
entire
civilians,
city.
Yes. Because a siege, by definition, in essence, requires depriving of things necessary to life and not letting free movement happen, so people can't leave or come in. So for civilians, that would mean removing, the supplies of food or water, preventing anything from coming in or leaving, not letting corpses be thrown out. In a city like Boston, say, that would create pandemonium very quickly.
Alright, here's one that I can actually dissuade. Spinosaurus 15 says, last I checked, Kyoshi Island was neutral in the war. You attacked a neutral zone, Zuko. I attacked a neutral territory harboring a wanted Fire Nation criminal, and a neutral territory harboring a known criminal of a not neutral zone, therefore gets rid of their definition as neutral.
It really doesn't matter. In this instance, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Because they were civilians. Regardless of whether they were a neutral territory or an enemy territory or who you thought they were or weren't harboring, the fact remains, you burned down civilians who did not only engage their military, regardless. I'm serious. Look it up. It's not a war crime, but it is very unethical. Let me tell you.
I marched into a civilian town with the intent of getting the Avatar one way or the other. I was attacked by a militia force, and I attacked back recklessly because
you threatened to burn the city down, Zuko. And that's not the only one you did. In the Water Tribe, when you came in with your boat, you almost ran over multiple children, and then you threatened the elderly. Oh, and don't forget what you did to that one town with the fortune teller when you came in with June and her Shirshu and you wrecked everything. You're a menace, Zuko. The people of the Earth Kingdom have more reason to hate you than to hate me. Because the only thing I did to them was conquer Ba Sing Se. But the thing about that is, you assisted in that, so... You're more culpable to them. I'm actually not as much of an enemy to them as you are when you think about it. I'm serious! Think about it! I know. It's so hard to constantly come second to me. I know.
Prime Minister Lee asks, did Aang commit any war crimes?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. I mean, I wasn't with him the whole time. Sokka definitely did.
Aang only ever impersonated Fire Nation citizens because all he did was impersonate a student.
Yeah, but what Aang did, he never did it to attack, so that falls under a legal ruse of war.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention, even if Sokka and I breaking into the Boiling Rock doesn't count as a war crime, which you could argue, what you can't argue is that Sokka on his own actually impersonated a Fire Nation new recruit to join the military at one point.
So again, I want to make it clear that espionage is allowed. You are allowed to pretend to be a member of the military for espionage. This is not a war crime. It is only a war crime if you impersonate and wear the emblem of the enemy military with the intent to attack. This is an important distinction which most people don't recognize because they don't actually read the statutes. You should, Zuko.
I read the statutes.
Anyway, I think I win this debate. Does everybody agree? Good.
Is this the part where I asked chat to put it to vote?
Sure. Tell chat to put it to vote.
Isn't there a way I can create a vote?
Yeah, go ahead. Create a poll.
Let me figure out how I could do that. Oh, well, I should probably do it this way. Hold on.
The city's so run down, it's hard to find anything around here. But we have multiple missions to go do now, so...
You haven't. I have not paid attention to them because I've been keeping an eye on chat and everything. That is
The king controls
partially on me.
I'm winning.
Well, once I create a poll...
Once I create a poll.
Why did you have to say it like that?
Why'd I have to say what? That's fine. I don't want to rule the Fire Nation anyway, Zuko. Don't feel too bad.
What?
Why would I want to rule a nation that has treated me this way after everything I've done for them? Besides, I've already conquered the Earth Kingdom and the Fire Nation. I've been Fire Lord. I've been Earth Queen. Been there, done that. I have my sights on the Water Tribe next. They're the only one I haven't captured yet. And that should be easy.
No, apparently I can't create a poll, at least not in a way that makes sense.
Why not? I can.
I think my role in the channel as an editor must come with less permissions.
Well, that's too bad, huh? Ooh, I think she's the one I'm supposed to find.
I've been around a while. Aside from protecting
Anyway, let's see what chat has been saying.
a decent paying job, they're worried. I've been. Hey. They already have that paper Catherine. I just I'm all knives and leather, friend. Weirdos into bull. What am I thinking? I'm no. If I get to choose my customer, they'll get.
Got it.
Wow, this has turned into another bashing Zuko stream. Azula, you're so good at arguing with the Zuko, you're gonna love ratioing people on Twitter.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Oh, Smoke and Shadow didn't happen yet. Shit. Then check next time, stop being emo, and check. I never want to be in any position to power. People be crazy.
People do be crazy.
Prime Minister Lee saying, the heck I'm not being replaced.
I'm just gonna go find Hakoda and marry him and become queen of the Water Tribe or whatever.
Zuko threatened Gran. Now I understand why Ozai burned you, Zuko. You kinda deserved it?
Do you want me to step in and help you now?
Legal and illegal is not their same thing as good and bad or right and wrong. At least Zuko spared the Southern Water Tribe. He bluffed a flame when any other soldier would try to murder the village.
That's very
Trying to
true.
get
I don't
them to reveal
disagree.
themselves.
Legal and illegal are not the same as ethical and unethical. I actually completely agree. People always mix that up.
Azula, tell me something. What is your rating on taking care of yourself?
Taking care of myself? What do you mean?
I guess they're saying on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is self-care?
What's self-care?
Taking care of yourself.
I don't understand.
Like, you know, make sure that you keep yourself clean, that you feed
I
yourself
mean,
at
hygiene's
appropriate
important,
times,
yeah.
making sure that you never take on too much for the sake of other people and therefore crumble under all the pressure because you
What do you
forget
mean
to make-
take on too much? What does that mean? I don't understand.
Alright, I guess I'd take an example. Let's say 6 people needed your help,
Okay.
and you try to help all 6 people because you can't bring yourself to say no to any of them, but because you stressed yourself out so much on helping all 6 people, you forgot that there was a 7th person you needed to take care of, which was yourself, and now you're in a terrible position, and you're worse for wear, and you weren't able to... And now that you've helped all 6 people, you're just kind of worn out and sick, because... I guess a better way to put it is, imagine you have 5 medicine vials, and you have 5 people who are sick, and you give... well, 6 sick people.
Can you just get to the point of the question?
You're too busy taking care of others, and you stop taking care of yourself, I'm pretty sure is what they're asking.
I don't understand the question. If the Fire Nation asks me to do something, I do it, no matter how much there is to do. Sounds like you're just being lazy.
Night and Starlight, we still haven't found any death claws. Azula wins, case closed. My bias, my vote is Zuko. Didn't Azula suggest Earth Kingdom genocide? No, she didn't, actually. Azula is mean to Zuko. The people will be caught in the crosshairs. To be fair, Azula being mean to Zuko is very entertaining. First, Azula infers. Second, saying Zuko deserved it is a bit much question. Would you be going for an heir to take over, or would it be purely democratic voting?
An heir? What do you mean an heir?
Like a child, I guess.
Like me having a child?
That's pretty sure, yeah.
Like a baby?
Yes.
Like somebody would love me and want to have a child with me?
I would assume that's what they mean.
I guess I've never thought about it. It would be a boy, and his name would be Kaito.
Yes, Prime Minister Lee, you can make a poll, and it's just Zuko versus Azula. Thank you, Prime Minister.
Make sure they know it's for the stream people only. Watch the debate on stream and then vote. Tell them that.
Yeah, if you vote without watching the stream, you're banished, I guess.
You know what happens if someone doesn't vote, though?
What?
If they a vote for me is a... Not voting for me is a vote for you, right?
Right.
And not voting for you is a vote for me, right?
Yes.
So if you don't vote for anyone, you just voted twice. Congratulations, that's voter fraud. Go to jail.
I agree with that. Shake on it.
Do you need some help with your PR? Because if you're getting your butt kicked too hard, I can help you.
You're not shaking my hand.
I'm not going to shake your hand until you let me make your PR go up. If I shake your hand right now, I'm going to go down in the polls.
All right, PR me, please.
And not go down in the way that you're imagining.
What? How could you say that?
Well, you know, I'm just following Uncle. She's crazy and she needs to go down, perverted old man.
That is... Can you just PR, please? Pretty please.
All right, say, Azula, I find that disturbing, but I also support a woman's rights to do whatever they want to do with their bodies.
Azula, I find that disturbing, but I also support a woman's rights to do what they wish with their bodies. I also support a woman's wrongs, even if I don't agree with them. Anything else you need me to say?
You mean anything else you need to say?
Anything else you
recommend
that I need to say?
My fellow Fire Nation citizens, I understand that you're all looking for a strongman leader in these difficult times. But keep in mind that strongmen leaders are what led us to this. We need to start an era of kindness and understanding.
My fellow Fire Nation citizens, I know that in this time of great turmoil and change, you are looking for a strong, ruthless Fire Lord to get you through the tough times like many in the past have. However, in times like these, I believe rather than focusing on a strong, ruthless leader, we instead need one of kindness and compassion. It may not be the type of Fire Lord that you want, but I truly believe that it is the one that our land needs in this time.
There you go, see?
Thank you, Azula.
You're very welcome.
Alright, the poll is up. Who do you vote for to lead the Fire Nation? Between Zuko and Azula.
I'm serious, though. I really should just marry Hakoda and take over the Water Tribe, don't you think?
I will let my campaign manager know that you said that.
With my help, think about it. I could help him, you know, increase his political power. We'll take over the Northern Water Tribe before you know it.
Azula, you gonna be a queen for real? Don't make me vote.
I mean, Hakoda is hot.
Wow, I mean, he is very nice looking. Wow, Zuko wants to banish people that don't know any better. Doesn't sound like a very good Fire Lord. I speed ran the vote. I voted for first. I vote for Azula. Same, I vote for Azula. OMG, keep it 50-50. They can both be Fire Lord. Boring. Yeah, lol. One of y'all getting a fly on your head. Wow, it's actually a tie. Someone do a tiebreaker, please. Need I bring up the fact of Azula's insanity? What assurance do we have that you won't ever relapse? And that little outburst in part 1 of this playthrough begs the question.
That's not what begging the question means, but okay.
Also, let me step in and watch.
Hey, he's getting too far. Hey, come back. You're supposed to be guiding me.
Well, he's certainly guiding his bullets.
Nothing to worry about. You had hired one of...
You fired 30 shots and there are 4 guys there.
Noticed that, did you? I keenly aimed one of the shots through some salt. That's an interesting theory. Let's take it.
He's a faker. Well, what are they saying, Zuko? I'm just trailing this faker right here. I'm going to expose him.
Might I say, Princess Azula, your personality is brilliant. Oh, look at the polls.
What?
They're 50-50.
50-50, wow. Well, Well, you're winning now because I helped you.
It keeps, like, changing. Like, it keeps going back and forth.
It's fine. Like I said, I don't even want to rule the Fire Nation anyway.
Yeah, only a single vote difference right now. Why would you marry Hakoda? Nar, Katara, and Sokka's stepmom? James said BRB phone is at 2%. We'll be back once I'm home in 20 minutes.
I gotta find my way back to the Kings. Now, where is their area so I can tell them what I learned about this guy? I need to look at the map. There it is, straight ahead. Alright. Right, I'm facing the right way for it. Yeah, if I go straight ahead, I'll find it.
Zuko winning because people think he's on awkward turtle. Why does everybody call me that? I
Call you what?
awkward turtle duck. Like, where did that come from?
Hey, Zuko, want to see how I feed turtle ducks?
Sure.
Since you're an awkward turtle duck?
Sure. Oh! Hold on. It doesn't. So, alright.
What do you
Well,
have?
that happened.
So that's how it happens. You've shown me something.
I don't know if that'll affect the polls or not.
You've been here a while. Is that the sheer number? In turn, this is work. Good.
What?
Alright, well, I suppose our debate's wrapped up.
I suppose so. I mean it, though. I'm probably just gonna marry Sokka's dad.
Well,
He's hot. He's got that daddy thing going on. It appeals to me for some reason.
I didn't need to know that.
I could tell you more, in detail.
Why would you want to tell me more in detail?
Because it makes you uncomfortable and it's funny.
Is my discomfort more important than your privacy?
Yes, absolutely yes. Is that even a question?
Alright, I don't have a retort for that because I did not think that would be your answer, but lo and behold, there it is. Alright. I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. Well, I still think that this debate was a lot better than the very recent Northern Water Tribe one. You know, the one between the two old men who couldn't even stay on topic.
I wasn't paying attention.
Honestly, neither was I. It was just kind of a travesty.
Mm-hmm. So that's it then, huh?
I believe so. Alright.
I've proven I'm the superior leader once again, but you're going to win because, I don't know. Life is kind to you, I suppose.
Night and Starlight donated $4.99. Take me money, Azula. I finished Eddie. He was fun to draw. Now, which one of you is the Pokemon Go to the Polls meme?
Zuko, are you the Pokemon Go to the Polls meme?
I...
Probably, you're the try-hard one. Congratulations on finding Eddie, by the way. He's my favorite.
Here's a little advice, friend. Don't go
Yeah, but
out.
Pokemon Go to the Polls is so cringe. I don't know if I want to be that cringe person.
The name's old. I've done a bit of everything around here. Some of it. Well, yep. I was. Exactly. My.
I'm pretending I'm listening to this peasant.
Night and Starlight says, Azula, you are Katara's age. Hakoda won't touch you with a 10-foot pole.
I'm.
The man is literally older than you, Azula.
I got out of there.
And then that same person asks Azula, how old are you?
You know.
And then Night and Starlight goes, I could see that meme as Zuko.
Hey, I already found 2 of the whores. I'm really good at the... Sorry, I meant sex workers. Sorry.
Well, it's a good thing the debate's over.
Alright. How many more of these people do I need to find for them? Let's see. Alright, so I found the ghoul and the suave talker. So now I need a sex bot. Oh, that's the only one I'm missing is the sex bot. Do I have to go for that? Are they in town?
I think that's
They might be. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's find the sex bot. Let me see. Am I facing the right way? No. Other way. Which way to the sex bot? What a bizarre thing to say.
I know. Azula, I wish I could hug you right now, but I can't.
I would take a hug. That sounds nice.
I'll give you a hug.
Since Zuko won't hug me.
I just said I'll give you a hug.
You know, he's like that. He just doesn't feel like hugging me ever. I used to
Come
hug
here.
him all the time when
Come
we were
here.
kids.
Come here.
And he was like,
Come
I'm
here.
too good to
Come
hug
here.
you now, I
Hug,
guess.
hug.
I mean, this is an okay hug. I bet Hakoda gives sexier, daddier hugs.
I am withdrawing my hug now.
Zuko, you should be a daddy. Then girls would like you better.
There's just one problem with that, Azula.
What?
The main requirement for becoming a dad involves a girl liking me.
That's true. You're kind of stuck in a chicken and egg situation, aren't you? Still, I think you'd be cuter if you were a daddy.
Thank you.
If you had a child, what would you name them anyway?
I mean, if it's a daughter, probably Izumi.
Why Izumi? Fountain? You'd name your daughter Spring Fountain?
Well, that's where all my kisses end up taking place.
What is that supposed to mean? I don't
Every time I've been
understand.
kissed, it's been by a fountain.
No way.
May, the fountain. Jin, by a fountain in Ba Sing Se.
Huh. I guess that's true. I kissed you by the fountain when we were little kids.
Yeah, I know. We were
When we used to
reenacting
reenact
the-
Love amongst the
Yeah,
Dragons.
because that fountain is in our own garden, so yes, every kiss of my life has taken place near a fountain.
That's interesting. Strange, but interesting.
What about you? Do you have any interesting coincidences like that?
About kisses? No.
Well, they don't have to be about kisses. I just meant,
About romance?
yeah.
I mean, if it's an interesting coincidence that people are terrified of me. I'm just not the type of girl guys like. Whatever. They like girls that give it away for free. Dumb, flitty little things.
As your secretary, Azula, I have a few options to suggest. An example is the Earth King. I mean, you get a pet bear in the Earth Kingdom. Actually, you don't want to do that because Earth King Quay has hundreds of concubines. I found that out.
Oh yeah, that was really interesting to find out. I was wondering who his wife was, and apparently they just do a concubine system. That weirdo told me, well, not me, but one of my spies, he said, concubines are for pleasure, Bosco is for company.
Companionship.
Yeah, I was like, okay, weirdo. I guess it's just as well. He'd never find a girl any other way, so.
And I once asked, how does he select an heir? And then he said, well, that's between the concubines to decide. And I was like, how do they decide? And then the Earth King said, well, now that's a secret. And I did not like the smile he had on his face. I have no idea how Earth Kingdom heirs are selected.
That true?
At least with Amashu, I just know it goes to the firstborn.
I don't really know.
But Bumi also doesn't have concubines.
I might have
So-
one of the guys at a we had just about had it when one of them said, now that I think of it, he said Lou something with a T. Tennant, that's what he called him. Lieutenant.
David Tennant's friend. Lieutenant Wayne.
Spino has to go to bed. See you around.
I love you, Spino.
I do too, Spino.
Alright, let's go back.
Multipower says, I can now imagine the amount of Vine Boom's Pi has to do in this part due to
Ooh,
the things we
Multipower's
talked
here.
about in this stream.
Hi, Multipower.
Multipower's been here. I just probably haven't said his name.
Well, then you're the one not informing me, aren't you? Chad, I'm so sorry. Zuko's dreadful at telling me what
There's
you're saying.
27 people here. I have to go through so many names.
You're really bad at being Fire Lord. Where is Mick and Ralph's? Where are they?
Felix says we got Pimp Earth King before Zuko's honor. I got my honor back! There was a whole live stream dedicated to it!
You failed to get your honor back.
I got my honor back! I beat the game!
If you say so.
I got to the credits! How could I have done any better?
I wonder.
You wonder, alright, yeah, that may... You can just wander into the infinite void of bewilderment or whatever.
Zuko, I was holding my tongue. Do you want me to actually list all the ways you could have done better?
Sure, go ahead.
I was trying to be nice and a good sister.
Well, the debate's over! Let loose!
I know you want me to be your monster because Dad raised you your whole life, making you feel like I was the monster that you had to defeat. But newsflash, Zuko, I was your baby sister. I didn't want to fight you, idiot.
How is this related to the honor live stream thing?
Forget it. I'm not even talking to you right now.
What do you mean you're not talking
You always
to
get
me?
like this. When I beat you at anything, you get mad at me. Am I supposed to just let you win? Would that satisfy your ego?
Are you saying I'm upset because of the debate? I'm not mad because you beat me at the debate.
Well, the only place you want to check the place out, you can find it. Just watch out. I don't know of any. Give me a few days.
Talon is the dragon says, I bet Zuko hasn't even told Azula about all of the marriage proposals that's been sent to her from various nobles across the Fire Nation and Earth Kingdom. Funny enough, most of them come from the Water Tribe. In fact, Azula, if you were curious, I have 6 marriage proposals, all from the same guy in the South Pole.
For me?
For you.
From who?
Some person in the South Pole named Soren?
Oh, Sokka hates him!
Really?
Yes! If I married him, he'd be really mad.
I wonder what would make him more upset. You marrying his dad, or you marrying this Soren person? Oh, right, the boy with the rocket gun.
So, Zuko, what do you say? Should I marry this Soren boy? Sokka will hate it. They do not get along.
Well, if you want my honest opinion, I don't really know if this Soren person's a good bachelor for anyone.
He's a nobody. He's a peasant. I can't marry a peasant.
And he doesn't really have any prospects.
Yeah,
I
he's a
think
loser.
he's just, how the kids say, down bad for you.
Zuko, don't use language you don't understand. It's ridiculous.
I think he's quite infatuated with you.
Who wouldn't be?
I guess quite a few people are infatuated with you, that is correct.
But you know, it's not the same as someone loving you.
Yeah, I actually do know that.
That's exactly my problem with it. I have plenty of people that admire me and are infatuated with me and worship me. But having someone love you, I can't even imagine what that feels like. Must be nice.
I love you.
Uh-huh.
I do.
You just tried to pick a fight with me like 5 seconds ago.
We're siblings, that's what we do.
No, it was a mean fight, not a normal fight.
All fights are mean.
I'm not arguing this with you right now. What?
I didn't say anything.
You're making a face.
I'm not
These guys keep giving me things.
It's because, yeah, you have a good reputation here.
But
so
he
they
just
really like
blinked
you.
out of existence before he gave me anything. Did you see that?
I...
Oh, okay, you came back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's pointless. A honey mesquite
mosquito
pod.
pod?
Mesquite, not mosquito.
Oh, sorry. There's a glare on the screen.
There's a glare on the screen, right.
There is a glare on the screen.
I just can't believe you thought mesquite and mosquito were the same thing.
They're spelled almost exactly the same.
No, they're not. You just can't read because you
I
have a
saw
middle school education.
M-O-S-Q-U-I-T.
You just can't read because you have a middle school education.
Oh, we're back to the middle school education. Haters, hatters, fired the first shot. I will shoot you, Azula. Laugh, laugh, laugh.
What? Oh, did somebody say that?
No, that's what you and I. That was an exchange we had back in the first part of the Dishonored stream. Remember?
No, because I don't sit here collecting all your mistakes, Zuko. I swear I don't.
You had the line saying, "Whiskey distillery, I'm gonna whisk you away." You really do. All right, I give up. Anyway,
As you're prone to do. What?
Cerulean Robotics is where the sex bot is.
Thank you. I'm reporting to the king first.
All right.
I'm doing great. Everybody here loves me.
No, you are. Everybody loves you. They're giving you free gifts.
Have you found anything else? Bunch of soldier boys, huh? If something, you might also just don't ask me what to do with it.
People are saying. The people are saying some people are saying you should marry this guy called Unalak. Others saying you should marry this guy called Yakone. Both of them give off daddy vibes. I don't know who either of them are. They sound like water tribe names.
Yeah, that doesn't sound... Okay, I'm gonna go get the sex bot first. Before I go and continue with it. The king's just sending me on endless errands. I need to go get a sex bot. Gotta blow off some steam first before... It honestly just feels like working for daddy. No matter what I do, he's like, okay, now go do this. Now go do this. Now go do this.
Until you need to go get a sex bot for him or something.
I mean, if sex bots were real, daddy would definitely have sent me to get him one. Are you kidding?
Yeah, you would.
Bet the creepiest thing is he probably would have wanted one that looks like mom, which means she would have looked like me, and I would have had to deliver it to him.
I wonder if sex bots were real, if Uncle would have tried to get me one for my 16th birthday.
Are you kidding? If sex bots were real, Uncle would collect them. He'd have like a whole collection. He'd be like, here's my Earth Kingdom ones, here's my Fire Nation ones, here are my Water Tribe ones. You know I'm right.
Yeah, I do.
Where is Cerulean Robotics anyway? Do you know where Cerulean Robotics is?
I'm looking right now. Unmarked location within Freeside. Yeah. Well, tell me where it is. Situated in the southwest corner of the northern half of Freeside.
Oh, what the hell. Okay. Let's take a look here. You said the northwest corner?
Southwest corner of the northern half. I know, I don't like that wording either.
I have no idea where that is. I don't know where I am. Alright, we're gonna have to figure this out. We're just gonna walk everywhere until we find it.
I suppose if we can find the northernmost part, we can work from there.
I suppose if you could shut up, we can work from there.
Alright, fine, I'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's actually very helpful, thank you.
This channel is not for kids, people. Cough, YouTube, cough!
Okay, Zuko, if sex bots were real...
Alright,
would you want
this
one?
is a lovely conversation.
Would you want one to look like a dummy thick Earth Kingdom girl? Since you like dummy thick Earth Kingdom girls so much.
I wouldn't own one.
Alright, let's describe her. What would one look like?
I don't want to.
Would she look like May?
No.
Or like that Jin girl?
No.
Would she look like Katara, maybe?
No.
Would she look like Toph? Oh, you hesitated.
No.
Oh, you thought about it for a second. You were like, wait, I hadn't considered Toph.
Well, would yours look like Sokka?
Probably not.
Chan?
No. It'd probably look like me.
What?
Well, I wouldn't actually want to use a sex bot for purpose, but if I could get a sex bot that looked like me, I could pull pranks on people. That'd be pretty funny. What?
I didn't think of it like that.
Of course you didn't.
Oh god, that means Dad would have one of himself for vanity.
Okay, but Dad would actually, you know.
I don't want to talk about what Dad would actually...
Dad would be like, oh, it's beautiful. I love it.
I don't want to talk about what Dad would actually use it for because he...
Because he would use it for purpose. You know that he would. He'd probably make a bunch of his enemies, too, just so that he could put them in their place.
He would... I feel like he would have way too many Water Tribe ones.
Yeah, probably. He was very weird when we were kids about scaring us that Water Tribe savages were gonna come and get us in the night or something.
And do untoward things with
us.
innocent bodies.
He was very, very
That's
specific.
how he described it. Untoward things with your innocent bodies.
I remember you having nightmares about it. You were like, oh no, water tribe savages are gonna get me.
And I remember you had the opposite of nightmares about it.
Oh, yes, I did. Come and get me, water tribe savages. You're just jealous.
Jealous?
Yeah.
Why would I be jealous?
That I didn't respond like a bitch.
Anyway, I'm looking for extra directions. If you can walk past whatever the old Mormon fort is...
Oh, yeah, that's right here. What about it?
And walk under the broken highway on the right towards the city wall and the ruined store.
Under the broken... So, this broken highway?
That must be it, yeah.
But, like, under it where? Like, there's nowhere to go under it right now. So...
Towards the city wall and the ruined store is what I...
Okay, here is the frickin'... This is the fort. Start again.
Yeah, okay.
So it says, what about the fort?
Progressing past... Okay, so... One must enter Freeside via the North Gate, walk past the old Mormon fort,
okay,
and head under the broken highway on the right towards the city wall and the ruined store. Progressing past the ruined store will lead to a small gap in the concrete piles to the left. Through the gap and to the right is the Cerulean Robotics Building.
Okay, let's give this a try. What are they saying, Zuzu?
Let me check. I was looking at directions for a while. Oh, alright. See. Wow, imagine marrying for status only. Couldn't be me. Number one Savage Oppress Enjoyer. The guy I know is Yacon, really rich. Then again, I ain't ever getting married. Azula sings Thriller by Michael Jackson. I love you so much, Azula. Don't worry, Azula, you'll find someone to actually love you.
Oh, please. I gave up on that a long time ago.
I love you.
Oh, shut up, Zuko. You know what I mean.
I know. Hey,
I'm a pragmatist. I don't live in fantasy.
I mean, I don't have anyone either, so you're not alone.
Yeah, but that's because you keep messing it up. People practically throw themselves at you. I don't have that benefit. I don't even get to the point where I can mess it up. They won't even give me a chance.
Someone should do a study. Why does Azula keep falling for the bait that Azula keeps offering? Wow, Zuko really dwells on the past and your therapist, dude. Poll gonna finish near the end of stream then? Yeah, sure, Prime Minister. Lamau, clip that. Question, Azula, how many sex bots does Iroh have, and can I gift him the Water Tribe one?
If they were real, he would have a collection. They're not real, though. That's ridiculous.
Roland Kane says, I love Azula. Zuko, if you're ready for what I'm gonna say, please let me know. I have a crush on Azula. Apparently that's what they want to say. Speaking of Ozai, do you have any funny stories you could share today?
Oh, about Daddy, specifically? I have a million stories about Daddy.
Because Azula spent 3 years with him. So.
Alone. Like, I have a million stories about Daddy. What do you want to know?
Well, I'm going to reach out, give him a time to ask a follow-up question to that.
Okay, you guys want to hear a funny story that cracks me up? So apparently, Uncle was the one that had to give Zuko the talk. You know, the talk. But apparently he spoke all in proverbs and metaphors, and Zuko could not understand a single thing he said. So Zuko didn't even know how you do it. Like, he had no idea for the longest time, because Uncle just didn't make sense. Zuko, what did he tell you again? It was really funny. I can't remember. What it was like, you have to find the rose petal or something? I don't remember. What did he say?
A woman is like a clam. In order to make them happy,
you have to polish the pearl. That's what he said. You have to polish the pearl.
And once you have polished the pearl, only then does the mollusk enter the shell so that the magic conch may release the tide.
Idea what that means. Why is he like this?
And upon the release of the tide, so too will the volcano erupt and a new island be born.
He's so weird. What does that mean? I would have never guessed what that meant in a million billion years.
I still don't know what that means.
Okay, well, Daddy's wasn't much better.
What was Father's?
Daddy's was, Azula, you know perfectly well you're a woman. Well, of course I do, Daddy. And you know where you are different than a man. Well, of course I do, Daddy. And you must never, ever, 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 ever let a man touch you there, ever, or else. Or else what, Daddy? You don't want to find out, Azula. Don't make me remind you of your place. That's what he said.
Hold on.
Brilliant talk, father.
Of course, he never said a woman couldn't, so.
Oh, of course not.
That was easy. Just lied.
You already let me in. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Lying wins again.
To be fair, you had like the minimum required speech to pull that lie off.
Lying wins again.
Welcome.
Oh, Aang entered and then immediately exited. Did he talk about the birds, bees, and the bee birds?
Was there something else you needed?
Daddy didn't tell me any of that.
Uncle never mentioned any flying creatures. He mostly kept it about sea
That's not
creatures.
pleasant. It's not something
Wisdom has been chasing Ozai, but he has always been faster.
like snow. Yes?
Zuko, in my opinion, your sister Azula has a beautiful and adorable laugh.
That was kind of nice. I'm not going to steal from these people. They're clearly starving as it is. I just need to find a sex bot. Do you people have a sex bot back here anywhere? This is the ruined store, right? Wait, this isn't where I need to go.
No, the store is called Cerulean Robotics, but the ruined store is a place on the way you have to go past.
Okay. Well then, let's leave
Once
here.
past, you need to find a pile of concrete
There it
that there's
is.
a small gap in you can go through.
Okay, here's a pile of concrete. I will find the small gap.
To the left, yes, so this is definitely the place because it's to the left of the ruined store.
I'm doing great. I'm so good at this.
Oh, that might be the gap.
I'm much better at this than you were at Dishonored.
Why? I don't think we need to compare. Anyway, to the right should be Cerulean Robotics.
Where? There's nothing here.
That will be fun. Alright, let me...
Those are terrible directions, Zuzu. There's
they were-
nothing here.
Well, they were the directions I
Let's
was
see, maybe
given.
this is it. This is not to the right, it's to the left, but yep, it was to the left, not to the right.
Thank you, instructions, for not...
Maybe you just couldn't get the sides right because, you know, your eye.
I can still read.
Are you sure? I wonder sometimes. Hatters, haters.
Oh, you do remember that!
Of course I remember. I was trying to spare your feelings. But you kept insisting. Ooh, here we go.
I think there's enemies behind you.
Probably.
It died mid-jump to attack you. Oh, that must be the sex bot in there.
Alright, let's see if we can get him. Oh, one of these. Okay. Alright, first things first. Remember the chat taught us about the hacking, so we have to do this. You know what I have a dream of sometimes?
What's that?
It's impossible, but like, what if I could actually do well at this streaming thing and people actually tuned in to see me all the time and I actually made a living and people actually liked me and maybe I met somebody in chat who liked me too and I lived happily ever after. It can happen. It's happened to other streamers, right? So why not me?
I mean, it could. It always... anything's possible.
It can't actually happen. It's just a fantasy. I'm not delusional, Zuko.
I did not say you were.
I was just saying it's a nice dream.
It is a wonderful dream.
But it's not real. Things like that don't happen to people like me.
Hey. Don't be so hard on yourself, okay?
I'm not being hard on myself. What are you talking about? You haven't even seen me being hard on myself. I haven't even said you're a monster, nobody loves you, your own mother didn't love you, how could anyone else?
Alright. I love you.
If you say so.
I do.
Alright, you insist.
Try Forbidden. Alright, well, let's just reload the save.
And try again.
Nerdy Dragon Fan says, I don't think dating someone who started as a fan is the best idea.
It's just a fantasy, please. It wouldn't happen. I'm sure I'm not going to be some big successful streamer anyway. It's just a dream.
Prime Minister Lee says, Azula the e-girl.
But you know, they want the big titty girls like Ty Lee.
You're not wrong, and...
Oh, so you also want them like that, Zuko?
I was about to say...
You want them dummy thick?
No. I'm not referring to their chests when I say that.
Oh, right, you're more of a butt man, huh?
Why do you say these things?
Well, does chat want to hear more stories? Let them ask me questions.
Oh, that's right. Someone
They
did
wanna
ask.
know about Daddy.
Actually, no. Someone asked if Dad talked shit about me and Uncle when you
Oh, constantly. He never stopped. I swear. It's like he was trying to brainwash me. Every single... I swear. One time, and this is true. It's going to sound fake, but I swear this is true. One time, they served him tea. He knocked it over because he was too busy, I don't know what, but he knocked it over and spilled it, and he said, "Thanks, Iroh!" Like, how was that his fault? But somehow he found a way to blame Uncle.
That is funny, actually.
It was pretty funny. Capturing has 3 out of 5 correct. How about carpeting? Also has 3 out of 5 correct. Gathering.
Also,
God damn it.
3 out of...
Depending?
Yeah?
Oh, damn it. Why am I so bad at this?
I don't think it's you. I think the... Personally, this terminal minigame is just kind of...
I think I just don't understand it well. I mean, to be fair, nothing like this exists in the real world.
Well, that's also true.
I need a drink. Can you bring me a drink?
Do you want, like... Oh, yeah, you want some...
Water.
Water? Yeah, I'll
Like
give you
actual water. Right,
Alright.
chat?
Let me go talk to my campaign manager from the Water Tribe for water.
Yep, go ask Sokka for some water. Oh, and Zuko?
Yeah?
Don't tell him how thirsty I am.
Why? Wouldn't that help you get water faster?
Just go get the water getter.
Sure thing, jackass.
But yes, Daddy would talk crap about Uncle and Zuko all the time, like constantly. Things I can't even repeat because it would just hurt Zuko's feelings. He was always telling me about how they're traitors and how we can't trust anyone. And he was always saying, "Azula, you're the only one who actually gets it. The only one I care about. You wouldn't want to disappoint me, would you, Azula? It's just you and me, Azula. You and me." It's kind of weird sometimes, but you know, I wanted him to love me.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I thought you'd like to know that I overheard Toph talking to Sokka, and I assume Toph must have been listening in on this, because she said, "Sokka, Azula's thirsty and wants you to get her water."
Why would she do that?
I don't know, I just happened to hear.
Why would she do that?
To cause chaos?
This is your fault somehow.
My fault?!
This is your fault somehow.
Okay, Dad!
Did you just call me Dad?
Well, after that whole story about Dad blaming...
Did you just call me Dad?
You just blamed your brother for something that your brother had no...
If I told you something Dad did while you were gone, you would never say that to me again. But I'm not going to tell you, because I'll never tell anyone what he did.
I'm sure that has no implications whatsoever.
No, none whatsoever, so don't ask. I'll never tell anyone.
Ask what? I've already forgotten.
Yep, exactly. It's for the best.
I believe you.
Uh-huh.
In fact, there's a meme I like. Okay, I believe you.
Yep. Because I'm not telling.
Anybody who gets that gets internet points.
Alright, collected has 6 out of 9 correct. So what's similar to collected? And it can't be concealed or cathedral. Suspected, perhaps? Damn it!
Damn.
How many times do I have to do this stupid thing? Ugh. Let's try it again.
Night and Starlight asks, Azula, are there any passages in the palace that seemingly lead to dead ends?
Yes, there's actually many. There's a lot of secret passages in the palace for the purposes of escape or to hide in. There's some that are complete dead ends. Some have the purpose of like deceiving people so they can't find the true secret passages. Others are specifically made to hide inside of until the danger's past.
Not to mention the few that require a firebender to even get into/through.
Zuko doesn't know about them because when he was a baby, he was too much of a coward to go exploring with us.
All I know is that there's an infamous one, which is inside a mildly active volcano.
That's my favorite one.
Which requires a firebender to bend the heat out of the lava, turning it into hardened stone to create a makeshift bridge.
It requires a good firebender.
Yes, it requires a skilled firebender.
Yeah.
To bend the heat out of the lava, thus turning it into solid rock. Or magma, because it's under the ground.
Aren't you fancy, knowing different terms for Earth? Who taught you that? Your Earth Kingdom girlfriend from when you were in the Earth Kingdom being a traitor?
No, my appointed tutor upon becoming Fire Lord. I had to take Fire Lord summer school, okay? Don't say it.
Say what? I didn't say anything. You're assuming the worst.
Say something along the lines
Damn it! I don't understand! Flattened had 3 out of 9 correct. Cluttered has 4 out of 9 correct. What word could it be? It's not protected. Recovered. Convicted. I'm going to spend the rest of the stream doing this. I know it.
all for a sex bot.
All for a sex bot, of course. Disgusting. What are they saying?
Let's see. Objectively AJ. Oh, Objectively AJ, welcome. This could be worse. He could have called you mom.
That's true.
Now,
if I told you people the things my daddy got up to when it was just him and me, you would hate Ozai a lot more than you hate him now. I'm telling you, it really is irresponsible of Uncle to have left me all by myself with my crazy father, who had a lot of problems with my mother, who I happen to look like. I'm just saying.
Not unpacking that one. Prime Minister Lee, I mean, him abandoning her at the end of the war is also a big indication of his true feelings. Fire Lord Summer School, that is a thing. Anything can be a summer school if it's a place of learning in the summer.
Okay, I'll be honest. Something I think people don't understand about Daddy is that they assume he doesn't love any of us. But that's not exactly true. He does. It's just...
If he didn't love us, I feel like he just wouldn't care.
But Daddy's love is twisted and morphed and terrible, but he does have his own weird... Like, he did play with us when we were little at the beach, for example.
If anybody ever threatened us, he would destroy them on our behalf.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at this. I give up. What do you want? None of these are right. The point I'm trying to make is it's complicated with Daddy. He doesn't know how to love anyone except as an extension of himself, so he loves you for how useful you are to him or how you make him feel good. It's complicated. He's a very strange man. But if you've never seen him cry, I don't think you'll truly understand him.
James says, I noticed that one of the brackets gives back a guess, but it's redundant if you get it before taking a guess. Is it worth it at all to take a guess before searching for the brackets?
It doesn't really matter. I'm not understanding this. Like, I'm trying to remove the duds at least before I select any of them. I'm going to choose Deathclaw. Okay, I'm going to choose literally. Okay, I'm going to start just picking the ones I like. I'm going to pick Believing. It's none of these! I'm so angry! I'm going to pick Reference. See, when I was actually trying, I did no better than when I just randomly picked them. Ugh. Alright. No, but I'm serious. You've never seen Daddy cry, have you, Zuko?
No, I really haven't.
I have. I've seen him cry.
When did that happen?
One time I got really fed up with his constant testing me, and I told him that I was getting tired of this and I didn't understand why he couldn't be a good daddy again like he used to be. And he told me this whole song and dance number of, not you too, Azula, you're just like your mother, just like Zuko. You only want me when I give you power. You only want me when I give you what you want. You don't care about me, Azula. It was a total guilt trip.
Lovely.
Yeah. I feel bad for him sometimes.
I know it won't happen, but there's a part of me that hopes his time in prison will give him perspective.
Oh, absolutely not. All he's getting from it is that you're a terrible traitor.
Yeah, I know.
And that he's the victim. He's always the victim. Don't you know? That's how Daddy operates. He's the victim. Did you hear? Uncle apparently went down to try to reason with him, and they were reading a bunch of Grandpa Zulon's old letters, and at one point Uncle had the gall to say, "Look, Ozai, Father was the victim before you." He was the original victim. Father did not take that well, apparently, from what I understand.
I guess he didn't like being called saying that.
Someone else is no. Daddy loves to be the victim.
No,
always.
let me rephrase because my words got jumbled. I don't think Dad liked the idea of him being compared to his dad.
Probably not.
Which makes me feel weird because I also don't like being compared to my dad.
That's rough, buddy. You look just like him, though. No,
If
that's
not
like
for
how
my
it is
scar.
with Daddy, though. One moment... With you, he's just usually angry and disappointed. But with me, it's like one moment he'd be angry and disappointed and threatening to take away every scrap of affection and decency I was offered. But the next moment, it was him crying about how, I thought you were different. I thought you weren't like those traitors, Azula. It's messes with your head after a while.
Night and Starlight says, I'm no contact, and I hope Zuko and Azula are no contact with Ozai. As much as I'd love to be no contact with Father, I'm also the one who has to stay in enough contact to make sure he doesn't get busted out of prison.
And I'm not allowed to see him. Zuko won't let me. He won't let anyone go visit him. Not without permission.
Well, there have been... You know how I said that there have been 6 assassination attempts on me?
Yeah.
There have been 3 times as many attempted prison breakouts of Father. The only thing keeping him in prison is that... I don't know, I really shouldn't say this. Is that I constantly create a fake prison so that when people go to bust him out...
Got it! Finally! My goodness!
I create fake prisons to trick people into thinking that's where Dad's being held. Program sex bot routine. Alright, please save.
Hold on. His name is Fisto!
Oh, hey, it's Jedi Master Kit Fisto.
Please assume.
Oh, it's blacked out! It's blacked out!
I'm testing the sex bot! Uncle would love this part of the game. He would save and replay this part. Is that all you've got, Robot?
I will require. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful.
I thought the sex bot would look different from the others. I suppose that's on me.
Don't judge other people. Don't yuck other people's yums, Zuko.
What?
Never mind.
Trash Can asks, does Zuko do mewing? Did Zuko attend the TikTok Riz party? What?
This is so funny because you have no idea what they're saying, do you?
I don't understand what the youth of today are saying.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
On advice to you, Zuko, on the same logic, you should use multiple bedrooms and choose one randomly each evening to protect yourself from that.
Oh, he doesn't need to do
assassination.
that. What he needs to do is just, have Toph come and guard you because she can feel it coming from a mile away, right?
Yes, she can. And also, I did attempt that. If any of you have watched episode 1 of the Book 4 Restoration Project, which is a bit harder to do these days, but you would have seen that I had been moved into the most secure bedroom in the tower, because by that point, that was assassination attempt number 6. Somehow, they always find me.
Wow, wow, wow. My name is Zuko. I'm so scared of a little assassination attempt.
Wah, wah, wah. My name is Azula. Nobody loves me.
Okay, I see. That's how you want to play it. Oh wow, I could have just found that access card the whole time. And I wouldn't have had to hack it at all. I feel like an idiot. Look, I have the access card now.
That's fun.
Damn it!
I had a funny thought just now, Azula.
Did you? Is it funnier than saying nobody loves me?
It has nothing to do with...
Because I didn't think that was very funny.
Well... Yes. Do you remember that old meme where someone is just trash-talking the guy, and the guy pulls out a weapon, and then the guy immediately goes, I would like to apologize?
Not for you, I don't. I don't remember anything for you, ever.
I was going to tie this into the... Never mind.
No, you said nobody loves me. Fine, I don't love you either.
What I was building up to was saying I would like to apologize. I got a little bit overheated on that one.
That's you all the time.
Yes, I know that's me all the time.
You're always overheated.
Yes, I am, which is why I was confused when you said... When
I said what?
When you said that I leave some girls wet, and I was like, why would I ever leave girls wet? I'm a firebender.
Oh my gosh, you're such an idiot. I can't even talk to you right now. I can't believe you seriously don't understand why that's ridiculous.
I still don't. I never got an answer on that. Nice.
Thank you. You're ridiculous, you know that?
I think we're both pretty ridiculous.
No, I'm perfectly normal. To be insane in insane times is not a sign of insanity. It's in fact a sign of sanity.
Is that what the insane people say?
Lucky what we have here, ladies. Another unsuspecting fox.
What the hell is going on? Are you being attacked by old ladies?
Apparently. Alright, okay.
I guess Lo and Lee finally decided they have enough.
Alright.
What if you just switched to your fists and punched them?
Oh shoot, I have to change my gun. It won't let me, there we go.
Or Eddie could just murder all of them.
Eddie is MVP, he's wonderful. No.
One shot, one kill. Imagine you say, hey, hi, welcome to our town. If you're out past curfew, the old ladies will get you.
What, you think that's funny? Women can't fight.
It's just not what I expected.
You don't expect old women to fight back? We should just die beautifully.
No, I'm saying I didn't expect there to be a gang of old women policing the streets at night.
Maybe you should.
Are you saying I should create an old woman task force?
I'm saying you should respect old women's abilities to kick your ass.
I never said I didn't. Although, technically, an old woman's never kicked my ass before.
Really? That's not true. I've seen an old woman kick your ass before.
What old woman has ever kicked my ass?
Are you kidding me? Are we gonna go there?
Plenty of young women have, yes.
No, an old woman has definitely kicked your ass more than once, Zuko. I grew up with you. You think I don't remember?
I honestly don't know who you're talking about.
You don't remember?
No, I don't.
Okay, let me remind you. Remember Logan's wet nurse? Not Logan's, Luten's wet nurse, Elua? She beat your ass, I remember. Yeah, that's right, now you remember, don't you? You were being a naughty, rowdy little boy, and she put you in your place. You said, nobody can hit me, I'm the prince, and then she put you in your place.
And Dad thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, he was laughing so hard. You were like, Dad, this peasant's hitting kidding me? And he was just laughing so hard. Yeah, you forgot, didn't you? You wish I forgot, don't you?
I wish that you didn't tell Stream.
Well, I wouldn't have if you hadn't lied about old women ever hitting you.
Is it a lie if I honestly don't remember that for obvious reasons?
I'd leave that to the philosophers, Zuko. What are you talking about? You're a sex bot. What do you mean protected, sir?
Night and Starlight asks, Zuko, do you call the South Pole Antarctica? I don't know what Antarctica is, so no, I don't call them
I don't
that.
have an Antarctica. What do you mean?
I don't
The only
know.
aunts we have are Lo and Lee.
And they're not even real aunts.
Yeah, they're just aunties. I hate Lo and Lee.
Trevor Ricketts asks, when is the next stream? Well, it should be next Sunday. We do them every Sunday.
Zuko, look at me. Solving all the problems here. I found sex bots and prostitutes. I'm really cleaning up this town, aren't we? This is crazy. I feel like all I'm doing are bad things, and yet people here love me more for it. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Look. Where is it? Freeside. Where's Freeside? Yeah, people like me more.
Whatever gets you accepted in their good graces.
Doesn't
Also,
make any sense.
James A. Riley said geriatric assault. Jerry assault. Zuko, what do you edge to when you tax the Fire Nation people? What? What does that mean? What does that mean?
I know what it means.
What does that mean?
I'll never tell.
What does edging have to do with taxing?
You ever tried edging at all, Zuko?
What does
Don't tell
fan
me.
mean?
I
Like,
don't
what does
wanna know.
fan mean?
You're so funny, Zuko. I can't.
Azula, you're so skibbity. You're so tax. Trash can, what the fuck are you saying?
Zuko, just because you don't understand Skibbity Toilet.
You don't understand skibbity toilet!
That's what you think.
What?
That's what you think.
You literally admitted in a previous stream.
Yeah, and then I found out that was a weakness, so I corrected it. Now I know all about it.
Oh, tell me all about it.
Right, you wouldn't understand even if I told you.
Try me.
Skibbity isn't really something you study just like that. It's something you experience, Zuko.
Multipower says, Azula, I have to know how much of a bad brother Zuko was to you when you were both younger.
He wasn't that bad when we were kids. We were just kids. Things were better then.
Yeah, they kind of were. Night and Starlight says, Gen Alpha slang scares me. Trashcan says, this is the language of the future.
Really now. And the tech know-how to make our skills work more. Getting our... What? We're not the big... Followers should be able... It just... You did it? For my cousin...
He was so
He
excited.
was so excited.
Hey, I'm amazed. Here is double for your trouble. It is. It will? My God.
It's just Daddy.
That is
It's just Daddy.
Dad. That's just Dad.
Forget it. Pride and marriage. I've heard some stories are true. Imagine. A she, huh? Well, I guess the customer who made that request can't get everything. Hell, who knows? I don't even notice.
Rude. I made some good money here. And people like me.
Yeah, you kind of did a lot. Very efficient.
Oh, so now I can sleep with them if I wanted to. That's funny.
Protect what?
Hello again. See ya.
Trash Can says, Zuko needs to get with the times or else the Fire Nation will end up like the video game Azula is playing.
That's true. You do need to get with the times.
Night and Starlight asks Azula how much of a little menace was Zuko when y'all were little. Any other stories like that old lady smacking him? What about you?
About me? I mean, there's a million stories. Do you want to tell a story about me, Zuko?
Yeah.
But all your stories are probably going to be mean, huh?
What do you mean mean?
Because you're mean.
I
can't imagine you'll have nice stories about me to tell. Am I wrong?
I, too, have nice stories to tell.
About me?
That involve you, yes.
Ah, that's what I thought. That involves me. I bet you can't tell a single nice story about me, while I could tell several nice stories about you.
Okay. Alright. Fine. I remember the day you first firebent.
You do?
I do.
Okay, what do you remember about it?
So, I remember you were about 3 years old,
Uh-huh.
and
No, I was more like 5, wasn't I? I don't remember. Go ahead.
3 to 5, around that age range.
Uh-huh.
The point is, I remember I didn't learn to firebend until I was around 7 to 8.
No, I remember. They thought you were a non-bender and Daddy hated you because of it.
Right. Anyway, so I remember Dad was expecting to have to wait another 7 to 8 years to see if you were even a firebender at all. You were playing with a wooden toy.
Oh, it was a statue. It had a base.
Yes, yes. And a little bit of smoke came off of it. I wasn't here for any of this, but I heard this after the fact from Mom.
Uh-huh.
Dad was incredibly happy. The part I remember, though, because I'll skip the part of Dad being super proud and excited because he was really relieved that you were firebending it way earlier than I was.
Uh-huh.
Skip ahead. You come running to me. I haven't learned yet. And you go, Zuko, Zuko, look, I can firebend! And you made all of these little tiny, fire sparks in your hands.
Oh, I remember that. Vaguely.
And
Yeah, I remember.
this is sad, but I think this was one of the few times where rather than being intimidated by your pure skill at learning so much faster than me, I was actually just really happy that you were able to do it because it was really cute. And I remember I gave you a really big hug.
Yeah, but do you remember what happened next? Dad came and was all like, Zuko, look what she can do, and you can barely even bend. And you got so upset at me that later, when I came back to show you again, you said, get away from me, Azula, why do you have to rub it in? And Mother came and chided me for rubbing it in, when all I wanted was to show you. And I remember thinking, why does she love Zuko for being weak and hate me for being strong? It was always like that. Anytime I succeeded, she got mad at me that I was rubbing it in your face, that I was tormenting you. I just wanted to show my brother what I could do. It was a crime or something. It wasn't my fault Daddy mocked you about it.
No, it wasn't.
So why was that my fault?
It's not. Honestly, the hardest
It's
part...
not my fault you were terrible at bending. Where you were.
The hardest part of looking back on all of that is accepting that no matter how upset I was at you or how upset you were at me, it ultimately lies in the fault that our own father willingly put us against each other and made it so that our own best interests were in tearing the other one down so that we would be seen as the favorite. And it's... Mom's failure comes in the fact that since you were so good and I was so lacking in talent, that inevitably meant that you were most of the time on Dad's quote-unquote good side. So Mom felt the need to... What's the word? Not... content... The word's escaping me now, but... fill in the gap of compensate. Mom felt she had to compensate and, if anything, overcorrected by protecting me and just kind of leaving you to the wayside because in her mind, Dad was giving you enough praise as it was. And I'm sorry that happened between us, Azula.
Fine, whatever, I forgive you.
And I forgive you too.
I didn't need your forgiveness, but whatever.
Night and Starlight says, my heart hurts for you. Trash Can continues...
It doesn't matter. I get it. Everyone thinks I'm evil and that I tortured you our whole childhoods. They're never going to believe me. I mean, a handful of people might, but the rest of the world thinks that I was some horrible monster abusing you since the day you were born. It's ridiculous. Remember when I was a baby, before I could even bend, you used to have nightmares that I was going to burn all your toys or something. It was ridiculous. It didn't make any sense. I was literally a child. But that didn't matter.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only at Mickey.
Sorry, I don't mean to take it out on you. It's just
No,
frustrating.
I know you don't.
It's frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
I don't understand why they think that I just decided to be wicked or something.
I don't understand why some people have tried to say that you're the reason Dad's the way he is. Because
I've heard that one.
Or my favorite one, you're responsible for the death of Katara and Sokka's mom.
Or that I'm responsible for Luten's death somehow. I've heard that one too. That one upsets me. Because if there's anyone in the family who was actually nice to me, it was Luten.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe our family's just too messed up, Zuko. Maybe there's no hope for any of us. Or maybe there's just no hope for me.
Hey.
What?
Whether there's only a little bit or no hope at all.
Maybe I'm just having a bad day. My mood is just all over the place today.
Well, I just want you to know.
What do you want me to know?
No matter what happens, I'm in this with you, okay?
Are you?
If there's no hope, then there's no hope for both of us. If there's some hope, then there is some hope for both of us, okay?
You literally let me in earlier.
Hold on. What's the password? Hold on. What's the password?
I guess you don't have to say it anymore.
I suppose.
Yes? Was there something else you needed? You know, Julie, that if you really want to know, we sent an envoy to the king. In a manner of speaking. I managed to get clearance to carry out the mission anyway. But now there's not enough supplies to go around. That's all in the past now. Yes? Was there something else you needed? Bye.
Trashcan asks, Zuko, have you ever seen someone with a gyat? Can someone translate what gyat means, please? I want to answer this question, but I don't know what a gyat is.
Is anyone else saying anything interesting?
Night and Starlight is appalled at you being accused for Kaya's murder because you were 7. Zuko, if you really love Azula, you'll concede all your votes to her, our music guy James said.
I mean, that's true, if you really loved me. You know what I remember?
What do you remember, Azula?
I remember one time crying because I had a recital and Mother went to go watch your Horn recital and no one came to watch mine. And I was very upset because we didn't get flowers. I didn't get flowers or celebrations or anything. I wanted to cry, but, I couldn't let myself cry. And then I went to my room and there was a giant bouquet of flowers there.
Uh-huh.
And a card saying how well I'd done in my performance.
Who sent them?
Luten did.
Oh, that was really sweet of them.
I took his money and I'm going to tell the king anyway.
Do you know what Luten sent me after my Horn recital?
What?
He left me a note saying, "Good job, Zuko. Next time play a better song, though. Not your fault." And he gave me a different, set of sheet music to play next time.
That would explain why we're all wild.
Later, when I asked him about it, he said, "Oh, your playing was really good. I just don't care much for the song you chose to play."
Wait, hold on. Something's going on here.
What is that fool doing? I need you to head out there and try to defeat.
Alright, fine. Send me to do something. This man is just like Daddy. No matter what I do, there's more to do. My God. To him or something. For crying out loud. Where do I need to go now? Try to negotiate something?
Well-
Where?
Well, Azula,
What?
the stream will end in 2 minutes.
Oh, that's it? We're done?
That's it. It's almost 7 o'clock.
Oh, well then, I suppose at least I got the sex bot. So that's something.
Yep, I would say that is the accomplishment of this stream.
And I'm pretty sure I won that debate, whether or not I get the election. Who won the poll?
Well, it'll close soon, but at the moment, it's 58% Zuko, 42% Azula.
That shows you there's no justice. I'm pretty sure I creamed you in that debate.
You did. I honestly don't know why I have that many votes.
Because there's no justice. The world is an unfair popularity contest.
James asks who the hell decided to schedule both recitals to be at the same time, though. Funny enough,
Probably Dad.
it was Dad.
If I had to guess, that's exactly what I would guess too.
Because if Dad's gonna show up at something, then they literally schedule it around Dad's timetable.
And anyway, Dad likes it when we're at each other's throats. It's like his hobby.
It also means he has a perfectly justifiable reason to only go to one and not the other, rather than have to go to both. Alright, the poll is closed. 38 people voted. Zuko got 57%, Azula got 42%.
I just want to talk. Can I talk to somebody, please? Will anyone talk to me? None of you? There we go.
This isn't really a good time. What did you want?
After this conversation, we should probably
Like he helped me out?
Yeah.
call it a day.
Then he should watch his back. Still, if the king's...
Alright, she's gonna tell her men to stand out. Stand down. Alright, we'll go tell the king and then we'll end the stream. What do you think?
Sounds good.
And if this isn't the last mission he has for me, I swear I'm going to lose it. I mean, how many more things does he want me to do for him? This is getting ridiculous.
Maybe I'll have to title the next part Azula conquers free side at this rate.
Seriously. It's seriously starting to remind me of Daddy. No matter what I do, there's always something else for me to do. It's absurd. See? All my saves are at his place.
Yep.
Is that Pacer? No, it's just another dead king. There's Pacer.
King just sent a messenger.
I would like
Looks like you get
to consolidate 8% of my votes to Azula.
Alright, I'm gonna save really quick. I'm gonna kill him. And then I'm gonna go. And then we'll end the stream.
Are you going to kill him with a knife or a gun? Well,
I gained karma for killing him? That's ridiculous.
infamy gained.
Was it even worth it? Never mind. Alright, then I guess that's the end of the stream, huh?
You should probably load the save because I think you failed the quest by doing that. And now you can... Alright, well... we will see you next Sunday, everybody, for part 7, I believe, is the next part after this.
If I ever am done being the king's errand girl. Alright,
All
say
right.
goodnight, Zuko.
Good night, Zuko.